fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. Solve content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started, but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil. You can cry in the comments, but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilantes calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Promise lost in Nintendo's dream, delusional faith blinded by the gleam. Defends every flaw like it's a sacred cause, but his blind devotion's just breaking laws.
Hey there, gamers, Truthcast guy.
No honor or pride, throws family shade when he's running to hide. No integrity, just bitterness and spite, but the vigilante's here to set it right. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies. I'm the angry vigilante here to fight the fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. Solve content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started, but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil. You can cry in the comments, but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Promise lost in Nintendo's dream, delusional faith blinded by the gleam. Defends every flaw like it's a sacred cause, but his blind devotion's just breaking laws. Player SS brings no honor or pride, throws family shade when he's running to hide. No integrity, just bitterness and spite, but the vigilante's here to set it right. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Cast guys, fake words can't hold the line. Sony fanboys smoke, but his reviews don't shine. Switch for shields, a corporate game, selling hype and spin while we call out the shame. Dark trays and Nintendo fanboys stuck on repeat, says the same old lines like a broken beat. Recycling words, no fresh insight, but we break through the noise and bring the fight. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. If you're tired of fake, if you're done with the spin, join the fight, let the real talk begin. We're here for the truth, no need to hide, so make sure to like and subscribe. I'm the angry vigilante here to fight the fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. Solve content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started, but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil. You can cry in the comments, but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls.
Hello, guys. How is it going? So, what do we got here? We got, Wow, is that your face? No, all gas, no brakes with it. No, that is not my face. That is someone known as Raymond YouTube 1 who decided to do a very terrible video on me that I'm going to react to. Hello there, Deborah. How's it going? Whose face is that? As Raymond YouTube 1? Hello there, Brumentello. Only be here for a short while. That's okay. I'm so glad that you showed up. I doubt it's not my face. Not even close. For one, I can actually grow a damn mustache and a beard. Things getting way worse, more self-reports. You know it, Hyperstar Cage. There we go, Betful's Exo. Good morning. Let's go. Yep, Water Demon Girl, let's go. Do not play Fortnite. It's a pay to win. Is it? I thought it was all cosmetics with Fortnite. Just like Dead by Daylight, you have to pay for it too. Oh, I understand that one. Alrighty. Let's get into the salt. We got a lot. We got 7 videos to go through. Let's see if we can get through them all, shall we? Don't forget to like the stream too, guys. Please do. Exactly. Let them know that we are here. Alrighty. Hold on real quick. Where is it? Is it this one? Nope. Not that one. Nope. Might be. Nope. There we go. Alrighty.
Hey there, gamers. Troopcast Guy here. Today we're talking about the Nintendo Switch 2. It has now been an entire year since this piece of trash came out. Okay.
Really? Trash, huh? You knew what it was when you bought it. You sat there and threw a fit and you knew what you were getting yourself into. It is not trash. Could they have had a better year? Yes. I would have preferred some major hitters like Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild. But the full year was not trash. We still had some good games. Age of Imprisonment was fantastic.
Maybe it's not a piece of trash, but I did buy a Nintendo Switch 2 on day one. It cost me $500, and a lot.
That's your fault. You could have got one for $450, or you could have held out and wait. You could have waited until right after Black Friday when you could get one for like $375 at, what was it, Sam's Club?
In a lot of ways, when I first got this thing, I hated it.
There are a lot of hate watchers today. What do you mean, Betful's Exo? What do you mean? Time for some salties. Yep, exactly there.
Hated it because to me, part of that upfront annoyance was the fact that it cost so much. This being $500, it's literally triple the price I paid for my Nintendo Switch 1. In a lot of ways, it just
triple. How much did you pay for your Nintendo Switch 1? How much? So you're telling me that you paid under $200 for your Nintendo Switch 1? We talking about a Switch Lite here?
I feel like it didn't have those big crazy games I wanted. But since that first launch sticker shock, I've played.
Oh my God, you chose it. You pre-ordered day one. You chose to do it, okay? You're not going to sit here and try to play victim, all right?
Hundreds and hundreds of hours of my Nintendo Switch 2. I played a lot of exclusive.
Oh, yeah. It's so trash. You put in hundreds of. Who puts in hundreds of hours into something and say it's trash? It's like when Player Essence was saying how bad Power World was, but he claimed he put in over 30 hours into it. There are more viewers, but less likes. Oh, gotcha.
I've played a lot of games.
To be honest, Betful's Exo, there's usually more viewers than there are likes anyways.
I've ran the battery dead about 10 different times. I've traveled with it. And I wanted to kind of give some thoughts about how, in a lot of ways, I feel like I hate the Nintendo Switch 2 less. But I feel like it kind of betrays the promise of the Nintendo Switch. The whole.
What promise? What are you talking about? What did they betray? They gave a new system. They put out some games. Were they like the massive system sellers we were hoping for? No. But you can't deny there hasn't been some good ones. Age of Imprisonment was fantastic. You had Fast Fusion, even though it was a little smaller indie type game, it was still fantastic. DK Bonanza, if you were to find it on sale, fantastic. There are plenty of good games.
The idea of the Switch, the name itself is, hey, it's both a portable and it's a console. And I feel like they've given that up. I think that it's.
How? It's literally the same as the Switch 1. It's just more powerful and it's bigger. It's literally can be docked or on the go. What the hell are you talking about?
Nintendo Switch 2 is a fantastic console with some truly great games, some truly incredible, literally experiences you.
Then if you're saying some truly great games, then how the fuck is it trash then? Huh? Please explain.
Can only have on this, but it's just not a handheld anymore. And to me, I feel like the cost is too great. Let's get into it.
My guy, you knew how much it cost before you bought it. You knew what you were getting yourself into.
Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already.
Don't do it.
Now, this is very much just off the cuff. I'm just talking because I have been playing so much Nintendo Switch 1 and Nintendo Switch 2 over the course of the last.
Then why don't you put footage from the Switch 2? I mean, this could have been Breath of the Wild. I think, yeah, this is Breath of the Wild. This could have been Breath of the Wild. Well, why didn't you actually do the Switch 2 exclusive then? Why don't you do one of those games?
Last year, and I've kind of been reflecting on how these console generations always start out sort of rough, right? Even the original Nintendo Switch, as much as I like the Nintendo Switch 1 now, that even in its first year, that first 6 months, it was pretty much a Breath of the Wild machine, right? But when
Yeah, I would agree. The first 6 months of the Switch 1 was better than the Switch 2. When you looked at the heavy hitters, there was more quality with the Switch 1 than there was with the Switch 2. That's true.
the first Nintendo Switch was really blowing up, when it was selling 100 million units and everybody was buying it, we started to get these very interesting downgraded ports. There were games that ran on the Nintendo Switch 1 that were very bad graphics, crazy dips.
Yes. What does that have to do with the Switch 2, though? What does those trash-ass ports that we got on the Switch 1, what the hell does that have to do with the Switch 2?
Frame rate, extremely low resolution, right? So a lot of people, the biggest ask of the original Nintendo...
If you're talking about the Switch 2, why aren't you using a game from the Switch 2? Doom the Dark Ages is not on the Switch 2 yet.
Nintendo Switch, something that I myself repeated constantly was, hey, give us a Nintendo Switch with much better horsepower, more graphics.
I mean, technically that's what they gave us, if we're being honest.
More RAM, more storage, more ability to basically play big bombastic games. And in that way, the Nintendo Switch 2 is exactly what we wanted for. Maybe not quite what we hoped it would be, but this really is that next gen.
I mean, technically it is what we wanted it to be and what we were hoping for, is that Nintendo hasn't released the games that we were hoping for yet.
Handheld experience that honestly everybody hoped it would be. This game is able to play stuff that seems utterly impossible. Now, it still makes some sacrifices. The fact that you could play like the Final Fantasy VII remakes, and yeah, they have bad pop-in and they're stuck at 30 FPS, but
so was the PS4. You weren't complaining about that?
it's wild that they exist, and the fact that they even look as good as they do seems to be freaking black magic. Or obviously,
even though you just sat there and said at the beginning of the video that it's trash, now you're sitting there raving about how well it plays certain games, and it's like black magic. Make up your fucking mind.
the game everybody talks about all the time, it's wild that Cyberpunk looks and runs as good as it is. How in the world is this even possible? It's really interesting to see that in a lot of ways, the potential of the Nintendo Switch 2, it really shows that Nintendo can make a console that is actually a hardware pusher just via like optimization. Like recently I was playing a bunch of the Resident Evils. Resident Evil Village, still one of my favorite games of all time. It is
Really? I think you're the only one I've ever heard say Resident Evil Village is one of their favorite games of all time.
is the entire game in its most peak, beautiful glory on the Nintendo Switch 2. Resident Evil Requiem, personally, my favorite game of the entire game. That's like literally the 2026 banger that's happened so far. That's on the Nintendo Switch 2, and it looks fantastic. It plays.
Yes, it does. You are correct. It looks very good. Then how is this all trash? Why are you saying the system is trash then?
It's fantastic. Like, yeah, the hair looks a little funky, but to me, it's crazy that it's on there. I feel like my biggest gripe, though, still about the Nintendo Switch 2 is that we still just don't have those crazy exclusives. I'll be honest, there's a lot of stuff that came out, like a new Mario Tennis. I don't care. A new Mario Soccer.
There was no new Mario Soccer. What the hell are you talking about? Yeah, the Mario Tennis, it was too expensive. But when it was, like, if you can find it for $50, it's an amazing. I actually got it for $40, which I'm happy that I got it.
So much of this stuff. I did not really like Donkey Kong Bonanza. The rest of the internet liked it, but even then it felt like such a flash in the pan. Hey, a new Donkey Kong, and it's gone. Oh, there's a new Kirby, and it's gone.
I mean, that's generally what happens when you play games that are single-player games. You play them, you beat them, you move on. Okay? We only have so much time. Like, how many times are you going to expect to replay all these games? Especially the amount that you say you play.
Even Mario Kart World did not have nearly the splash as like Mario Kart 8 did. Now, you could be mad that Mario Kart 8 was like a Wii U port, but honestly, that had hundreds of tracks, so much of a big online community. I'll be honest, I still like Mario Kart 8 10 times more than World, and I feel like a lot.
Everybody likes Mario Kart 8 10 times more than World. What else is new?
A lot of people feel that way. It seems like so far a lot of the conversation around Nintendo Switch 2 is that why isn't it a bit better? And part of that comes down to the fact that we've had so few performance boost games. I was thinking about this, right? A lot of games ran very rough on the original Nintendo Switch simply because they were kind of dealing with the bounds of it. This thing now has way more.
Well, it's because the Switch 1 just couldn't handle it. The Switch 1 was not that powerful of a system. It was severely behind.
More power, way more RAM and stuff, right? But a lot of these games still aren't really getting a performance boost. Some are. Games like Risk of Rain look way, way better. But I also think about Resident Evil 4 still has issues in handheld. There's so many games that straight up still don't work or aren't boosted that much. And
Well, it's probably because it's an emulation, isn't it? It's not a really, or can you actually buy Resident Evil 4 on the Switch 2? I don't know. That might be the developer, though. That's not Nintendo's fault.
I feel like that's my big problem, right? Is that I got a PlayStation 5 day one. And the PS5 year one, let's face it, it sucked. It had like two good games, right? We had Spider-Man Miles Morales, which was also on PlayStation 4, but much better on PS5. But we also had like Returnal, right? But my thing is,
Really? You couldn't just edit that out? I mean, really? Literally, my guy, you don't take that much time to do your videos anyways. We all know it.
it's the fact that even when you played PlayStation 4 games on PlayStation 5, they looked better. There was no longer load times. Everything was instantaneous.
I mean, technically, if you played the Switch 1 games on the Switch 2, they were better too. So what's your point? How does this have anything to do with the Switch 1's first year or Switch 2's first year?
Because the solid state, it got an auto boost in resolution and frame rate. Every game on the PlayStation 4 instantly looked better on the PlayStation 5. It was like the PlayStation 4 Pro. So I'm honestly very annoyed about the fact that so many games don't really look that boosted on the Nintendo Switch 2.
What are you talking about? There are many Switch 1 games that look better. Maybe not like as boosted resolution wise, but frame rate wise, abso-fucking-lutely. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, let alone. Or how about Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity? What the hell are you talking about?
I mean, they just don't. Some do, like Mario Bowser Fury does look better, and some got actual updates and upgrades like the Breath of the Wild next-gen patch, but it still feels like a lot of times what I'm playing the most on this is just Nintendo Switch 1 games. I still feel like literally on my home screen right now, what am I playing? I don't know, man. A bunch of Final Fantasies like I always play, a Pokemon port, things like Dragon's Dogma.
That you sat there and did a review on of a game you didn't even play. You literally released that review of Pokemon Fire Red before you were even able to download and play it. That is where we're at this point, guys.
Which did get a boost because of this better horsepower. And in a lot of ways, I still feel like I have found myself playing probably more Nintendo Switch 1 on my Switch Lite this year than my Nintendo Switch 2. And part of the...
Why? I mean, why would you play on the Switch Lite versus the Switch 2? That makes no sense. I mean, I've been playing more Switch 1 games than I have Switch 2 games because there just haven't been a whole lot of Switch 2 games that I wanted to buy.
It comes down to the fact that there is no longer the ability to just pick up and play the way that the Switch 1 had. This thing is very, very big. And I'll be honest, I do not.
I mean, that's what everybody wanted. They wanted a big one, bigger screen. What's your point?
Not like these Joy-Cons. These things are way too big, in my opinion. Way too big. Look at that. The fact that it literally is just...
I don't think anybody's ever said that about you, but we have all sat there and said those Joy-Cons are way better than the Switch 1 Joy-Cons. And who the hell even uses those like as controllers anyways? The only time I ever use the Joy-Cons is when they're attached to the thing when I'm playing in handheld mode. If I have it in docked mode, no, I'm going to use a fucking controller because it's better.
So enormous that it literally hangs out of my hand. I just think that this thing is straight up not as good comfortability wise, even when you are trying to play it.
Okay, now I know you're fucking lying. You're just doing this to get views. This has to be. You're sitting there saying they're uncomfortable. They're way more comfortable than the first damn Joy-Cons. What the hell are you talking about?
Like the Joy-Con grips. The Pro controller is fantastic, but again, it just feels like, all right, so I'm using either Nintendo Switch 1 controllers, whoop-de-doo, or I'm buying this overpriced, rather crappy GameCube controller.
You knew what it was. It was that GameCube controller was no different than the one on the GameCube. That's the point. It was meant as a novelty. People ran out and bought it because they wanted the nostalgia factor. That's all it was. Of course, you're going to be stuck. It's like on PS5, you're stuck, getting the PS5 controllers. You can get some third-party controllers.
Right? I don't know. It just feels like in a lot of ways, because this thing doesn't have customizable mapping, this does not work really on anything except the retro games. And that's the other part of it, right? I still have like most of what I'm playing on my Nintendo Switch 2 is Nintendo Switch 1 service games. Oh, now I can play Star Fox. Great. Okay, I can play something online with my friends.
My guy, with all these new games coming out, there's no way that you are playing all this shit that you're claiming. We only have so much time in the day. Do you like literally never leave home? Do you just sit in your office all damn day playing video games or something?
A little bit of Splatoon. Splatoon 3 got a nice graphics patch, but I feel like a lot of my annoyance about the Nintendo Switch 2 is that there have been multiple leaks that apparently Nintendo is being incredibly stingy with dev kits, and now they're finally.
I mean, that was last year. We haven't been hearing nothing about that lately. So what the hell are you talking about?
Handing them out, but typically with game companies, you just hand them out like candy. Please make us games, optimize games, make it look great and possible and big and cool on our system. And Nintendo, for some reason, is guarding it. Nintendo's being really weird about just letting people sit down with the Nintendo Switch 2 and make stuff for it. So because of it, now we're a year into it, and we have very few next-gen patches, right? I don't care about the live service. Oh, Apex.
I mean, we've had quite a few next. Oh, that is an amazing thumbnail. Anybody need a thumbnail of Dreamcast guy? There you go. But there have been plenty of next gen patches. What the hell are you talking about, man?
Legends is now extra HD. I feel like there should be so many games on this that are just crazy, right? Give us insane stuff. Give us ports of like GTA 5 or something, right? Give us something that feels actually impossible.
My guy, we want new games. We do not, well, maybe some people want ports of older games, but we want new games. They've come out with plenty of ports. We don't need more ports. We need new games.
Give us those dev kits that basically say, hey, everything is literally now possible on the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm a big fan of everything Final Fantasy. It is cool that, honestly, Final Fantasy 14 coming to it, that's kind of wild. A lot of the retro Final Fantasies are already on it. That's cool to me. But I can't help but think about, I don't know, port stuff that used to be impossible. Give us Final Fantasy 15 or something, right? Because that was, like, optionally.
It's probably going to be coming. I'm pretty certain that game could be fit on there.
Completely impossible.
And technically, they had 15 on the Switch 1, didn't they? Didn't they have the Pocket version?
Last gen, actually bring it over. Bring all those cloud games, like all the Kingdom Hearts and stuff, actually put them on there.
My guy, you are not the only one that's been begging for those Kingdom Hearts games.
I think a lot of my problem is not just the fact that this thing is so expensive, it's that we're sort of just sitting here waiting for the generation to begin an entire year into this. And to me, that's just kind of unacceptable. Every other system either hits the ground running way better than this or kind of fails. I feel like I keep seeing headlines.
My God, if I had to pick between the PS5's first year and this one's first year, Nintendo has done way better the first year than PS5 has.
Instead, even though the Nintendo Switch 2 itself is selling, a lot of the games aren't. Part of that's the fact that it's a bunch of game key cards. So literally, they've gone from being the kings of selling cool physical limited editions to now everything is digital. Even the actual physical boxes are.
Well, even though I do not agree with the game key cards, that is the developer's fault. They have choices between the cartridges and they choose to take those game key cards.
Just digital. It feels like Nintendo has kind of given up a lot of the promise that made the original Nintendo Switch so cool. And that brings me to my biggest gripe of all. This thing is not a handheld.
It is absolutely a fucking handheld. What the hell are you talking about? You literally can play it in handheld mode. What do you mean it's not a handheld?
Die on that hill. This is not a handheld. Like
it is to a handheld. Literally, you hold it in your hands, you can fucking play it.
Yeah, I can physically fit my hands a bit, but it no longer.
That is a handheld, you fucking idiot.
Feels comfortable. It is.
I mean, that doesn't make it a handheld. If it's not comfy, guess what? There's something called a grip. Go buy a grip for it. That's what I had to do.
Way too ginormous. This is the kind of thing where, way back in the day with the PlayStation Vita, a lot of people used to joke that the PlayStation Vita is not a handheld because you have to put it in a backpack. Like, they consider it not a handheld.
What? Who said it wasn't a handheld? I've never heard this. And Jesus Christ, you look so young in that damn video.
When it no longer fits in your pocket. Well, I mean, let's just say right now I can put my original Nintendo Switch right into my pocket.
I have never heard this before you just said that. It's not a handheld unless you can fit it in your pocket. I'm pretty certain that it's called a handheld because it's designed to be played in your hands. I'm pretty certain if it was designed to be fit in your pocket, it would be a pocket held or a pocket, whatever you want to call it.
Literally, easy peasy. That's my thing. The original Nintendo Switch is an actual pocket system, and I can't help but think.
Okay, congratulations. The Switch 2 has never been marketed as a pocket system. It has been marketed as a handheld or a hybrid.
about the fact that, especially the Switch Lite, of course, this portability was such a selling aspect. And since I am just
The Switch 2, it has portability also. And yes, I will agree with you with the Switch 1 there was. With the Switch 2, there needs to be more than just portability.
mostly playing Nintendo Switch 1 games, I find
I really hope your cat knocks that over one day.
myself reaching for this more often. I'm helping a friend move. Well, let me bring my Nintendo Switch along so I can play stuff on
How much of a douche are you going to be just to record yourself so you can be like, see, I'm playing my thing?
the go. Oh, I'm house sitting? All right, let me bring the Nintendo Switch 2. But man, the Nintendo Switch 2 battery life is abysmally bad.
I agree with you on that one. The battery life is bad. You're not going to get no defense out of me.
This thing drains. This is the actual number well documented.
Bethel Zexel, Player Essence will never call out somebody he views as a homie. He only calls out people he doesn't like.
This drains 1% of battery per minute. Meaning if you're playing like even Breath of the Wild or Cyberpunk or anything like that, this thing is going to go down literally in about 90 minutes. That to me is
90 minutes? I played Tears of the Kingdom and it's lasted longer than 90 minutes. What the hell are you doing with your damn thing to make it drain down in 90 fucking minutes, dude? Maybe if you were playing Cyberpunk 2077 might be in 90 minutes. We can get at least 2.5 to 3 hours out of it.
acceptable. Whereas it's not a ton of
Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I never really kept count and it felt like it was 2.5 to 3 hours.
better. This thing will run at about 3 or 4 hours usually with like a decent charge.
Okay, then how's that 90 minutes then?
But I can't help but
Oh, wait, you're talking about the Switch one. Never mind.
feel like, okay, if I'm playing Pokemon or a retro game or Slay the Spire or something, if I'm playing a card game or something like that on this, at least I can turn the brightness down, mute it while I'm on a car ride, while I'm at a pool party trying to be antisocial or something like that.
My God, you need to keep a shirt on. How the hell did Alex get like a strike for something, but you're allowed to have a video without your shirt on? My guy, put a fucking shirt on. We do not need to see how pasty you look.
That this is an actual handheld that is actually playable on the go, whereas this is a heavy ass tablet, baby. This thing is just way too big, and a lot of
It's not that heavy. What the hell are you talking about?
it's the fact that, I'll be honest, if I'm going to lose a system, if I'm traveling with it and I'm a little worried about leaving it at a hotel room or something, I'd rather actually travel with the $150 system.
Well, so would I. I would agree with that one. If I was to go travel and I had and I was going to play a game that could play on both, I would probably take the cheaper one just in case.
Rather than the $500 system.
It's not a $500 system. It's a $450 system.
This thing gets lost. Boy, howdy, am I going to be crying in the cab on the way home. Whereas
I mean, you said earlier that was a trash system, so why would you be crying if you left it?
if I lose this, whoop-de-doodle, it would suck, but I'll replace it, right? Wait, I'm not really going to cry in a cab. But also, I think part of this just comes down to the fact that the Nintendo Switch 2 being so freaking bulky, in a lot of ways it just feels like it's more poorly weighted than stuff like the Steam Deck. It just no longer feels like that nice, light, airy experience.
You know, you talk about how much you love the Steam Deck, but it's heavier than the Switch 2, but then you're going to sit here and say the Switch 2 is trash.
That made the Nintendo Switch so easy to pick up and play. This is a thing that I used to see at conventions everywhere. Everywhere I've gone, I have never seen a Nintendo Switch 2 in public ever. I've never
You could tell that these recordings are being forced. It makes you wonder if he's even really playing anything.
actually seen anybody else even own a Nintendo Switch 2. I'm the only person in my entire friend group or every party
I mean, I know other people in my friend group that have a Switch 2, but don't you have aren't you friends with OJ? He has a Switch 2. Aren't you friends with RGT85, Spawnwave, and all them? They all have Switch 2s.
I go to that even owns a Nintendo Switch 2. It just feels like it's not hitting that casual game reach in a way the other one did. I think I'm in a spot where I'm enjoying the Nintendo Switch 2 more as a game console than I have any other system. It's very cool to me that it can play GameCube games. The fact that it does have so many different generations of port. But in a lot of ways,
To be honest, I don't really care about the retro stuff. I want to play the new stuff.
I just feel like the idea and the promise of the Switch 2 is very, very short of its potential. This is a thing I think is going to be much
Well, when they finally come out with some better like system seller games that everybody wants, it'll get there, trust me.
better at 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and 5 years. But year one, I gotta say that at launch, I thought it was like a 4 out of 10. Now I think it's about a 6.
Oh, well, okay. Okay, you win up. I gave it at launch a 7 out of 10. I would maybe bump it up to a 7.5 out of 10 now.
Maybe like a 6.5. Is it worth $500? In my opinion, no. If
Well, you can get it for $450. You bought the bundle that came with the game.
this thing is not your primary place to play, it's still not worth it. Part of what made the original Nintendo Switch so incredibly popular was a supplemental system. PC gamers
Well, it made it very popular because it was a handheld that you could play on the go, and it had some amazing games. That's what made it so popular.
love this. A lot of other gamers on PlayStation 5 or Xbox loved having Nintendo Switch, not just for the exclusives, but it had an ability of portability, of interesting extra experiences that just were not.
Honestly, portability. People love to say the portability. Technically, the portability doesn't really matter. It's the games that matter. Because if portability was such a factor, then the Steam Deck would have not had. Then that would have became popular. The Steam Deck flopped. If we're being honest here.
Not doable on other places, right? And when it comes to this is such a big, beefy console. I think you're better off buying a PlayStation 5 if you're trying to have a console experience. Like, if you're not that.
People buy a Switch 2 so they can play Nintendo games. That's why people buy Nintendo consoles. If you buy a PS5, you're not going to be able to experience those games. Not that hard thing to. It's not a hard idea to. Well, I don't even know the saying.
That obsessed with Donkey Kong, I don't really get the appeal of the Nintendo Switch 2, even after having played it for hundreds and hundreds of hours.
Yeah, you played for hundreds and hundreds of hours, but you're saying that the system's trash. Gotcha.
But these are just some off-the-cuff thoughts. How do you feel about
No, these were very well rehearsed off the cuff thoughts. These were not just straight off the cuff. You thought about this. That is another amazing thumbnail.
the Nintendo Switch 2? How do you feel about it now? And how did you get it at launch? Tell me.
Okay, that's it. Alrighty, guys. Let me go grab some water and then I'm going to read off your comments, all right? Just give me some time. All righty. Who do we got here? Let's read off. Oop. All righty. All righty. Let me see where I left off. Okay, so what a load of baloney. I agree. LOL. There's other platforms are over 6 years into their generation. Their showcases should be at least decent, unbelievable, man. I think I know what you mean there. These, damn it, stupid fucking ads. Tears of the Kingdom on the Switch 2 is amazing and agree Age of Imprisonment was great. I agree there, Raymond Reddington. Way too big, I know, Ray Wonder Red. And he likes Dreamcast. Oh, I know, right? I get it's hard to get hype for the Nintendo Switch 2, but this guy is reaching. I agree. I guarantee as 6 years in, Nintendo has an amazing direct. I hope so. Hey, GameCube is great. I love Mario Kart Double Dash. Wonder Red, Mario Kart Double Dash is great, yes. But the controller was not good. If we're being honest, the controller's not good. Dreamcast guy is more of a pony, or you mean Sony pony, than a Dreamcast lover. Very true. Dreamcast guy Logic, he calls Nintendo Switch 2 trash, yet talks about it. You know, right? I played FF7 Remake on the Switch 2. There you go, Warfare. And it felt amazing. There you go. Yeah, we want new games. I can wait for Spyro 4. Oh, I can't wait either. No ports. And I'd also say no more remakes, but each to their own. I understand, Zoe. I am fine with some remakes. I do want newer games, but I am fine with some. Call of Duty. Monster Hunter 4 is coming to the Switch 2 or Modern Warfare 4. There you go. Spyro 4. Oh, I know, right? I can't wait for Spyro 4. EU Modern Warfare. I know Modern Wonder Red. We don't need cloud games. They suck because it sometimes be the Wi-Fi or the damn cloud games. You know it. But seriously, who asked for a freaking Rayman Legends remake? Really nobody, but it looks good though. And I've never played a Rayman game. I know, right? Stupid logic. There was nothing wrong with Rayman Legends. Agreed. There you go. The dark side has rapidly aged him. You know it, Zoe. You know it. Dreamcast guy is an idiot. Yes, he is. Why isn't... Oh, I remember that one. Switch Lite was the only pocket-sized Switch. That is true, Retro Fusion. That is true. They should bring over Rayman 2 and 3 to the Switch 2 Enhanced. They probably will. LOL. Autocorrect. I said duck. Oh, I know it, right? Hyperstar Cage. I know. I'm just calling out his hypocrisy. Very true, Betful Zexel. Dreamcast guy has so much dedication for things he hates. I know, right? He does whatever's going to get him views. That's just obvious. Who plays Switch on the pool? I know, right? I agree. Hyperstar Cage my eyes. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, I freaking hate these ads. Stupid thing. I know, right? Put them away. It's sad that Dreamcast guy's girl is just minding her own business. I know, right? He wanted to show everybody how rich he is. I don't know if he's rich. From what I heard, he is not that rich. Wait, Switch 2 is heavy since when? I know, right? For a guy who hates Nintendo, Switch 2, he sure has a lot of footage of him playing. Yep, well, that was the Switch 1, I think. Like, I saw a lot of people from time to time playing the Switch 1. I saw some. Greedy Nintendo, everybody. I know, right? Glazing Sony again, of course. Always he's greasing Sony. Why would not bring my Switch 2 out places because it's expensive? I bring my Switch 1 with me everywhere I go. Oh, I agree. That means you love Switch 2 if you played it 100 hours. I agree. Who the hell puts in 100 hours into a system and don't like it? That is dumb. I think I'm losing brain cells. We're all losing brain cells. I won't buy a PS5 or Xbox because they are not handheld. I have a Switch because it's handheld and I can watch TV as well. That's true. Hundreds and hundreds of hours of entertainment in the first year. Not worth it. I know, right? Angry Vigilante, is there any game you like at the Summer Game Fest or the Xbox Showcase? Well, the Summer Game Fest, the one that I loved the most was the expansion of Monster Hunter Wilds because I absolutely love Monster Hunter. And then for the Xbox, it would probably be that Clockwork Revolution game. That thing looked freaking phenomenal. I'm losing brain cells just by looking at him. Oh, we all are. Mate, I'm in. Yep. Where I live, most use handhelds. Oh, there you go. Hey, Angry, I thought you and Gar are best friends. I don't know why people keep saying that. Will we even get a direct? Oh, one day we'll get a direct. I don't know when. Hey, Angry, do you think we're getting Mario Kart Double Dash for Nintendo Online? I do not. Absolutely not. If anything is cloud gaming, then I have no new hobby. Yep. I find it hilarious all these retro gamers complain about the power of the Switch 2. Retro gamers above all should know power doesn't matter. Exactly. Angry Vigilante was that it's like a tip jar whenever people like renew their memberships and it's super chat or something, it just fills up. Angry Vigilante, the one. Are we getting a Switch 2 direct on YouTube or the app? And if it's coming, it'll be coming one day. I don't know when. Dreamcast guy said DK Bonanza was bad in his year review. He gave it an 8 out of 10. How the hell is an 8 out of 10 a bad game? That makes no damn sense. No sense at all. There we go. Alrighty. Now we are going to get into the next one. Come on. Get on in there. Come on. There we go.
Look,
So for up next, we got Joe from Seattle because he decided to react. Well, he didn't react to me. And this one, he decided to talk about me on Twitter or from Twitter. Now, I actually thought the video was funny. I was laughing through most of the video. So this is not me trying to hate on Joe from Seattle. I just honestly enjoyed his thoughts on me. So let's see it.
Part of me wants to not dwell on the whole PlayStation stopping the PC ports thing. Like, I really do want to stop talking about that. Because
No, you don't, Joe. Come on, Joey. We all know you love talking about that. We all know you love shitting on Sony fanboys. Okay, just go with it, man. We all know what you like to do.
I don't think it's that interesting. Like, yeah, okay, inside.
Is that why you made so many videos if you don't find it that interesting? Come on, man. We see through it, Joey.
Insider said Sony's gonna stop with the PC ports. I've said it a million times. I have no problem believing that Sony would stop the PC ports. It doesn't make any business sense, but sure, I can believe.
I mean, it makes a little bit of business sense because you got millions of gamers entering the market or not every year or every day, but you got so many new gamers entering the market every single day. And when you look at one platform where they get Xbox, PC, and PlayStation games, but then you look at PlayStation, you don't get all of Xbox. You look at Xbox, you don't get any of the PlayStation games. Makes it very easy which one to pick. So I can see why they would do it from a business sense.
Believe they would do that. I just don't think it's that interesting of a topic to talk about. But every time I think I'm done with the
Yeah, you make so many videos on it there, Joey.
topic, they pull me back. And this time, it's because perhaps the dumbest reason of all. So, for some fucking reason, this nonsense got put on my Twitter feed the other day.
Well, it's unfortunate, Joe, but you got baited into it. You weren't the only one. There were many people that are in this community that end up getting baited because unfortunately, there are some very bad apples that watch you, watch me, watch the other salt miners, and they've been trying to start this damn civil war that I've noticed since March, and I was told by someone else that it's been going on way before that.
From a page called The Angry Vigilante Show, who
At least you said my name correctly, so thank you. I appreciate that.
fucking follows me, not sure why. Quote,
Because we're part of the same community. I enjoy your content. Why would I not follow you?
welcome to The Angry Vigilante Show, your go-to spot for all things gaming commentary. Please remember, never send hate to anyone featured in my videos. No, I did not just have a stroke in the middle of that. He just forgot to finish the sentence that he was writing, and
You know, Joe, I never knew that. For almost a year, I never realized that my bio, that I completely forgot to finish it. And it wasn't that I forgot to finish it. I actually had it all typed out and everything. But when I went to go make sure that the grammar was correct and I pasted it back into it, I didn't realize that with the bio, you were only allowed like 160 characters or something like that. So it just didn't show the rest. But thank you for pointing that out. I appreciate you looking out for me, Joe.
that's the caliber of person we're dealing with here. But this dude, or dudette, or dude and a half,
My guy, you know damn well what I am. Stop the cap. You watch the video, you know I'm a dude. Stop it. We're not going to do this damn crap of what we're trying to figure out what each other are. I'm a male, okay?
really don't know. I just don't care anymore. I
Oh, yes, you do. That's why you made 2 videos back to back on me. Of course you care.
really thought this page was a troll at first, but
It's okay, Joe. I thought many of the people that follow you that were coming at me were trolls also. So it's okay.
just let me dig into the material here and you'll see why I'm making the video still. I unfortunately don't think it's a troll, and that's why I'm going to kill myself. But they posted a video of their own and just, tweeted out, quote, Valve just got cooked by, that's not how you spell by, Valve
I know. Guess what? I am a terrible speller. Everybody knows this.
just got cooked by PlayStation. Suffa Valve Suffa. Let the port begging begin. And this is just indicative of the general PlayStation fanboy mindset of somehow PlayStation is like scoring some kind of big W over the PC by taking.
To a lot of Sony fanboys, they do. I personally don't care. But the reason why I did the title like that and I sat there and did the thumbnail, I was trying to trigger you guys. I was getting annoyed at you guys coming at me. Well, not you specifically, Joe, but many PC Steam fanboys sitting here attacking me. So it was like, you're going to get triggered over me pointing out that Valve is anti-consumer and Valve is greedy, even though I was technically correct. Guess what? I'm going to give you guys something to really get triggered over. And it worked.
making their exclusives off of the PC, but also the PC is not any kind of lost sale because, you know, PC gamers weren't buying the games. Let me repeat that. PlayStation was somehow simultaneously not selling any games on the PC, but also it's a W to pull the PlayStation games off of the PC.
Well, technically, they're not pulling the games off. They're still on there. And it's just a rumor, technically. So it wasn't like that I sat there and said, even just you going off of that, I never sat there and said that it was factual that they were not going to put. So if anything, they're not pulling them off. They're just not going to put any new ones on there.
PC, even though no one was buying them, according to you. Like, I don't even have to get into the facts here, you know? I don't even have to get into the facts, no printer. It doesn't matter, because according to you, PlayStation was somehow simultaneously not selling games, but also getting a W against the PC by no longer selling the.
To be honest, I do not remember saying all this. I'm honestly lost, so continue on, Joe.
Games that they were not selling. Do I have that right? And like, listen, I know that this angry vigilante guy is just one guy here, but like, I just want to look through these tweets. I just want to share these with you because my God, I've said this about people in the past, but like one of two things is happening here. Either one, you are genuine.
How did you miss that damn hit? That was an easy hit. It was like, stop right in front of you, Joe. How did you not hit the damn ball?
This much of a delusional fuckstick, and in that case, I'm going to make fun of you. Or two, you.
It's okay. I'll make fun of you too, Joe. At least I can grow a proper beard and mustache, unlike you.
You are committing way too much time to the bit, in which case you're a delusional fuckstick anyways. So I'm gonna make fun of you anyways. So I want you to take a look at this tweet, and I want you to take a look at my quote tweet, and we're just gonna look through responses.
Just so everybody knows, I do not remember this altercation happening. Okay, I was going back and forth with so many people on Twitter over this. I really do not. As you can see, from when he sat there and took a screenshot of it, it got over 51,000 views just on that tweet alone. I had over 40 people just message directly or comment directly to it. I do not remember it all. I really don't.
And this handsome young man's defenses.
Thank you for saying I'm handsome. I really appreciate that, Joey. I take back what I said about you can't grow in proper facial hair, okay?
Of his position. Because, again, if you are trolling and all of this is just...
My God, it's my page. How am I the one trolling? Usually when people are trolling, they're going to other people's pages and trolling. That's generally how that works. You came to my page, remember?
Engagement bait. I don't think you spend this much time defending the original point. So, alright, fuck it. Let's make fun of your defenses of the original point. I'm so glad that this is how you spend your time. In before, Joe, you're wasting your time making fun of this guy. I'm
about to say, you're doing the exact same thing. If I wasted my time going back and forth, you were still going back and forth with me, so what does that say about you?
I'm like profiting off of this.
So am I. I make money off of this, not on Twitter, but I make money off of this right now.
I make money off of my content.
So do I. Maybe not nearly as much as you do, but I still make money.
He does not. Like, as
No, I do. I make money off of this.
someone who makes money off of content on the internet.
Oh, we got a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Bethel. I'm gonna make fun of you because you have a different opinion than me. Exactly, Bethel. But again, I was actually laughing during this video, and I do enjoy Joe from Seattle's content for the most part.
And looking at his viewership, I promise you, he's not making money off of this.
Oh, I am. Literally, it might not be that much. It might have only been like a couple bucks or something, but no, I make money.
So either he actually is retarded, or he's pretending to be retarded just for the love of the game. Either way, that's deserving of mockery. Let's begin.
I mean, not in that case, it doesn't. Everyone, like, I'm not free from being mocked, but saying that I'm deserving a mockery because you believe that I don't make money, even though I do, like, literally, I just got a $5 super chat, so technically I do make money. Okay, even off of the views, it might be just a couple bucks or a few bucks, maybe even $5 at the most. For that video specifically, I think I made a total of like $10. Maybe that's not a lot to you, but we all started off somewhere. Even before, when you first got monetized, I guarantee you were not making killer amount of money. I guarantee you that after you got monetized, there were months where you only made like maybe a few $100s.
And I mean, I quote tweeted the guy and said, I like how, according to PlayStation dudes, Sony was simultaneously not selling games on PC, but also keeping the PC afloat. And
Because I never really said that. That's the thing. You branded me as a Sony dude or a Sony fanboy, but I wasn't, even though I've criticized Sony before. If you actually would have watched the video, you would have saw that the video had nothing to do like that. You made an assumption based on the title and the thumbnail, which I will admit I was purposely trying to trigger people because you guys pissed me off that you were coming at me just for pointing out actual facts that Valve was greedy and anti-consumer. And at that time, I was like, screw it. You guys want to throw a fit about something? I'll give you something to throw a fit about. So that's why I did it.
he actually responded to me and says, never said any of that. So,
Because I didn't say none of that. You made an assumption.
just keep in mind, he never said any of that. Now let's
didn't.
read his responses. What the fuck? Oz Reaper,
I didn't say none of that.
what do you keep doing in my comment section? Oz Reaper also responded to me. Little side note here. Says, I love how all you whiny Xbots flip-flopped over to PC when your dog shit plastic box died.
Thank you, Oz Reaper 83. That is actually a good thing to point out. Now, I'm not going to say that Joe was one of them, but there are some PC dudes that did switch over to PC from Xbox. So I understand that point.
Dog, I've been on PC for a fucking long ass time. Like, why do PlayStation dudes just all assume that PC players are former Xbox players?
Because if we're being honest, Joe, a lot of you guys are. The Xbox 360 literally sold like 80 something million units. And then the Xbox One sold 40 million units. Where did those other 40 million people go? You think they went to the PlayStation? Some probably did. But if I was to make a bet on it, I bet most of them would have went to the PC if we're being honest. And then the series has only sold like, I think 20 million units. So where did the other 20 million of those went to? They probably went over to PC if we're being honest.
Like, yeah, some of us did have Xboxes.
It's more than some. It is more than some.
We also switched to PC way before any of the garbage with Xbox started happening. Like,
Not all. There were some of you guys that switched afterwards, we know for a fact.
maybe it's just a better platform. Like, why do we all have to be fucking Xbox refugees or whatever? Like,
Oh my God. Did you read that I said that or something? Or did somebody tell you that I said that? Because I actually have said that before, where I sat there and said that certain PC people were just Xbox console warrior refugees. So I wonder if he saw that I said that.
it's so stupid. I've been on PC way longer than any of the Xbox shit's been going on. Most PC gamers have. It's just
I would not say most PC gamers. Because again, Xbox 360 had 80 million units. And then the Xbox One only sold 40. Where did the other 40 million go? Come on, Joey. Think about it.
so low effort. Anyways, Crimson KV responds to the Angry Vigilante Show video post, which, by the way, I might react to the video later in
He does react to it, just so you guys know.
the video. Have I said video enough? I might react to it later. I kind of just want to die when I start watching it, so I haven't really sat down to like soak it all in yet. I've been more so wanting to
Probably because you went into it thinking one thing and it's not what you thought it was.
talk about just the way that he is talking. So if this is the way boy be talking, then just wait until he actually starts talking, like into a microphone. Crimson KB says, so the ports weren't selling well and they're no longer doing ports, so it's Sony losing out, not Valve. But then he responds and says, no, it's Valve. It's less options for gamers.
Yes, the gamers, well, technically Valve themselves want to be losing out, but the gamers on Steam are going to be losing out because it's less games for them to choose.
Which, like, here's the thing. Is it less options for gamers? Yeah, it is less options for gamers. But also, look at how you portray the information. Valve just got cooked by PlayStation. But according to people,
My guy, you have done it too. When it comes to thumbnails, when it has come to titles, you have made claims about certain platforms and certain fanboys saying that they got cooked and everything. We all fucking do it. Okay? Do not act like you or the other salt miners are any different than how I do it. You just didn't like that I painted Valve in that light. That is all that is, Joey.
like you, PlayStation wasn't doing anything with Valve. That's the whole point. That's the whole comedy. Valve was making nothing off of PlayStation, according
Sure, that's what the PlayStation fanboys are saying, but I wasn't the one saying that, Joey.
to you people, because PlayStation was making nothing off the PC, according to you people. But now it's somehow like Valve getting cooked by the games that weren't.
That was what the other PlayStation fanboys said, Joey. That wasn't me. Now, I did say that they were getting cooked so I can trigger you guys. That was very true. But you do the same thing. We've all done it. Every one of us over-exaggerate our thumbnails and our titles. You have to do it.
Selling not being there, like somehow that's a dig on Valve. Valve is doing just fine. Sony is the one that decided to take their ball and go home instead of fixing their dog shit
Well, I mean, technically, it's allegedly. It's not technically. If you would have watched the video, you would have seen that.
strategies. But according to you, PlayStation pulling games off PC is a loss for Valve, even though they weren't
Well, it's less games, which means they'll get less sales and less money. So technically, it is.
selling copies, according to you fucking people. Like, this is
No, according to the Sony fanboys, sure. According to me, no, not really.
this is why it's funny. This is why it's funny. And in case you
Well, it's funny that you group me in with other people when you didn't actually know. That's the funny part.
don't think he's a PlayStation fanboy, in case you think he's like actually just a retarded businessman, Light Shadow Onyx responds to him and says, "How is Valve cooked by Sony supposedly leaving PC?" And then he says, "They will no longer get that PlayStation goodness."
Yes, there are some amazing PlayStation games. That doesn't make me a fanboy just because there are some amazing PlayStation games. I do not defend every single PlayStation game out there. You don't see me defending Soros, do you?
And Steven Schneider says, in the end, the only one that loses is Sony. Because, you know, they could make a bunch of money on the PC if they weren't so terrible at being a PC publisher. But then you just say, no, not at all. Which, you know, doing a great job defending your points.
Because it's not my job to defend it like that. They're the ones that make the claim. So it's their job to prove it. You understand? I made the video. They could have went and watched the video, Joe. I just knew all these people that were messaging me didn't actually go and watch the damn video. That's on them.
Doing a great job. Fantastic job defending your points. You say
My guy, you guys are the ones that came at me and made the claim. It's your jobs. The burden of proof is on you guys to prove it, not me. My proof was in the video. You should have went and watched it.
that PlayStation is cooking Valve. Valve is getting cooked by this, you know?
Go watch the video. You would have found out. That's what happens when you guys immediately decide to be keyboard warriors instead of actually looking at the information I gave out.
And then people point out, like, hey, actually, you know, it's kind of the company that sells the games. If the company that sells games is not selling games, that's kind of a mark on the company selling the games, no? Because Valve is having no problem selling games. Valve is having no problem making money. Meanwhile, basically every report that comes out about Sony is that the PlayStation brand is underperforming, not making a ton of money, and now
Really? Is that why they say that they've been the most profitable they've been before? So how are they underperforming? Maybe certain games are underperforming, but the PlayStation itself is definitely not underperforming. They're making record-breaking profits.
they're just like cutting off another
Or at least they were last year. I don't know if they are this year.
revenue source instead of improving the revenue source. Not sure
Oh, thank you so much, the Pulsar Legend Sent Sparkles. Thank you.
like how anyone is the loser there except Sony. But you're just like, no, actually. Okay, how? Well, because PlayStation great.
Okay, you guys are the ones that make the claim. The burden of proof is on you to disprove me. Okay, I didn't come at you guys. I didn't sit there and make claims that or it's not the burden of proof to disprove me. You guys came at me. The burden of proof is on you guys to defend what you guys are saying. I didn't come at you guys. And again, go watch the video and you would have seen what I was talking about.
Yes. Edmund says, don't worry, we can just emulate the 5 good PlayStation games.
I mean, there's more than 5 good PlayStation games. Stop the cap.
And then he says, I think you mean piracy. So
Yes, because there's a clear difference between piracy and emulation. You guys just love to blur the line so badly to where they don't mean anything anymore. When you guys say emulate, you guys actually mean piracy. And all you're doing is actually damaging the emulation community.
oh, you agree that the PCs has the games anyways? Like this.
When did I say they didn't have the games? Again, you're the one that confused me with a fanboy and didn't actually look into it. I never once made a statement that they don't have the games. Nor do I really care if they have the games.
This is not an argument against the point being made, but you're too stupid to realize that.
Nah, you're the one that's kind of acting a little stupid here, Joe. You're the one that's making a claim or saying that, oh, so then you acknowledge that we have the games when I never said you guys didn't have them.
Saying that PC players don't have the games. Edmund says we can just emulate the games. And then your response is, yeah, well, that's piracy. Okay.
Because it is. Okay, he's talking about the games that have already been out. He said the 5 good PlayStation games. That means they're already on there.
Okay, so you agree that we can still do it? Like, really? Kuroku says,
oh, maybe in the future you can. When did I ever deny that you couldn't, though? That's the thing.
it's always the people making AI pictures like these that are in the wrong. It's a pattern. Because I mean, decent point. Look at this fucking thumbnail. This is atrocious.
My guy, that thumbnail is fucking amazing. Stop the cap already.
This is a fucking war crime. But then he says, oh, of course I was wondering when one of you guys would chime in. Of course people with low IQ can't combat me with real intelligence. Have to point out the AI thumbnails. Guess what? No one cares. Oh boy, this is real fun.
That is true. No one really does care. Usually when people come forward and just immediately go to the AI, Joe, they usually use it as an attack.
You know what? Consider this video a prequel. Consider it a prequel. I am going to do a live reaction to that video that you posted with the AI thumbnail that's dog shit and your defenses that are dog shit.
Well, according to someone else, you also use AI there in your thumbnail. Maybe the whole thumbnail isn't AI, but you also use AI too. Now, Joe, it wasn't me that exposed you. It was somebody else. I had no idea that you were doing it.
Because, again, I already know what your points are going to be because this is how you're defending them and this is how you're portraying the information. I already know what points you're going to make, but I will watch this video. I will respond to this video.
You should have probably watched the video before you did this video. Just saying.
I am going to kill myself once it happens.
No, do not do that. Do not do that. Do not do that. That, Joe, we do not support that kind of stuff.
But I'm going to do it. You've convinced me. I'll bite the bullet and triple your viewership by acknowledging you exist on a channel.
My guy, you did not triple my viewership. Stop the cap already. You sitting here reacting to it did not immediately triple my viewership.
Channel that actually has viewership. I'm about to take a trip, so I need to bulk record videos anyways. So guess what? This video was a prequel. And there might be a sequel, because you're not my equal. Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Squeakquel. Doofus Club time.
Okay. We are done, so we are not going to hear off his Doofus Club, but let's see what the chat had to say. Thank you again, Veffels Exel, for that $5 super chat. That's all good. Got to go by. Goodbye, man. Angry, you kind of wrong about Gara's video about the Steam price. Deborah, you are going to have to be way more specific. I do not recall me reacting to Gara's video about the Steam price. Gara didn't apologize for saying I should have not said buy a Steam Deck and saying Steam Deck did no wrong. Deborah, you got to check your typing before you send because that one didn't make no sense. No, Gara just kept on getting angry at Steam, yet didn't apologize for the things he glazed for Steam and PC by hiding bad things they did. I don't know about that one exactly. PC guys sure cry a lot about how anti-consumer exclusives are, but never call out PC exclusives. Well, probably Retro is because no one really wants those exclusives, if we're being honest. They have some hidden gems when it comes to indie games, but when it comes to especially their Valve exclusives, it's not like anybody's begging for Counter-Strike, if we're being honest. He's a fan. Exactly, Power Mad. And Gara kept saying, buy a Steam. Yeah, I think he says now just buy a PC. Oh my God, Angry Vigilante is a dude. I know, right? This is a man's voice, not exactly. His name is Joe from Seattle. What a great way to get you. I know, right? Kong Donk, how's it going? If Steam does something bad, call it out. If Steam does something good, call it exactly. Yo, Backyard Baseball. That's true, Wonder Red. Backyard Baseball. He's a massive baseball fan. Sorry for criticizing your spelling before. It's only because I want you to defeat your enemies. I understand, Zoe. That's why whenever they try to make fun of me, I just sit here and say, well, what does that make you who got destroyed by somebody who spells bad? Oh my God, Angry Vigilante has a beard. Exactly. I do have a beard. I didn't even know that. Well, it's because I never show my face. That's why. All these salt people are the same. Is there a template they follow? Maybe. I don't know. I know I don't follow the same template as them. Nice R slur, buddy. How about you learn to respect Opinion Joe from Blue's Clues? I know, right? Comparing YouTube pockets, LOL lame. I know, right? Joe from Seattle's wife's boyfriend was upset at your tweets. Okay. Crimson Crunch, none of that, all right? Let's leave the wives out of it, okay? Maybe fewer people own multiple systems like they used to. That's true. And you don't own your game on Steam. Some of them you do. Some of them you do, Deborah. Why does he keep calling the Angry Vigilante Show? That's just what my channel's name is. Less options doesn't mean anti-consumer. I agree. Especially when you have so many damn options, you can't even go through them all. Valve was still a business. That is true. Sony wasn't making money, so wasted time. I mean, that's what some people say. They probably were making a little bit. I don't know how much it costs for them to port them over. There are not saints. Very true. PlayStation fans can buy games. PC people weren't, so no point wasting money. Yep, I own all consoles. I don't have an Xbox. Only multiplayer games going forward because PC people bought Helldivers too. Yep. Stupid. Where's it at? Guy just whines and calls you dumb for things you never said. I know, right? He made an assumption because he thought I was the same as them. Just go watch the video, Joe. It's that simple. I know, right? Oh, yo, Joe is using AI. I mean, that's according to one other person. I'm not the one that exposed that. I really like your thumbnails, AVS. Thank you. Yeah, no self-deletion. I agree. Yeah, stop the cap, Joe. Exactly, Wonder Red. What's up, AVG? What's up there, Stephanie Browse? Is he trying to be funny? AV is funnier than this dude. Thank you. And I think, yes, he is trying to be funny. Oh, great. We got UGR shorts. That was kind of cringe. I agree. AVS, what holiday Switch 2 game you want? Well, True Dosh fan, the game that I'm going for the holiday is actually Wolverine. That's my most anticipated game of the year. Cult-like behavior. I know, right? Did you make this channel first or Nintending first? Well, UGR shots. Technically, Nintending had his channel way before I was ever on YouTube. But this isn't my first channel. This is actually my fourth channel. But I think that when it came to the content that me and Nintending are making right now, I think that we both started around the same time because we both started making content on Nintendo the way we do when back in April when the Switch 2 was announced. So I think we both started around the same time. All right, up next, we got Vetful Zexel's favorite person. We got good old Player Essence. The only video of him because he was actually very good. He was on his best behavior this week, believe it or not, or last week.
Was the source Banana Man? I don't think so. Banana Man I wouldn't say hates us, but Banana Man does not like Prime or myself.
Oh, we definitely know he doesn't like you. Oh, don't worry. I had a clip from Alex. Just you wait.
So, I mean, people told me Banana Man, went off on me about something. At least he was trying to make me look stupid. Maybe he did. But after all...
I mean, it's not hard to make you look stupid. You do that all on your own. You don't need, I've said this before. You do not need us to make you look stupid. You will do that all on your lonesome.
The smack that I've talked about Banana Man, I don't mind him saying something back, at this point. So no hard feelings to.
You notice how humble he's acting right now? You know damn well the reason why he's acting this humble, because Alex completely destroyed his ass.
To Alex or to Banana Man. I mean, but let's for the record be straight. I freaking cooked this dude.
My guy, you didn't cook shit. I don't even think you know what actually cooking is. But here's a clip from Alex on why he's acting all humble right now. Check it out. Come on.
I definitely got one. If you dress up as a banana and bootlick Valve, you're a complete dumbass. You're probably a dumbass and should quit. That's
You're probably a dumbass and should quit.
Oh yeah. He's been saying this for a long time, Alex. I know in this stream you're like, oh, You sat there and said right after this clip that he brought you up like twice unprovoked. I promise you, he's done that way more, Alex. He does it constantly, almost on a daily basis, except for last week. Only one time did he didn't bring you up. Someone else did.
Okay, let's see who should quit, OJ Player Essence. Let's take a look and find out who should quit YouTube.
We all know it should be OJ.
Let's find out who should quit. I want to know.
We all would like to know. The world would like to know.
Find out who should
OJ
quit.
angrier than hat gay.
Let's find out who should quit, chat, shall we? Thank you, Machine XP. I appreciate that. So, Player Essence is 133 subs, 7,000 videos. I have 116 subs, 1.4 thousand videos. He's got more subs than me. That's okay.
Yeah, he's also been doing it a lot longer, if we're being honest. Like he said, that's okay.
3,000 views, 6,000 views, 12,000 views.
You would think with someone with that many subs, they would actually have some more views. Am I right, guys?
7,000 views, 9,000 views, 13, 10, 9, 12, 9, 11, 10. Okay. 27.
Shit. My views, when you sit here and look at like my views compared to my subscribers, I'm actually doing better when you look at the percentages based on that than what Player Essence is.
7, 47, 32, 42, 39, 9, 48, 51, 40, 57, 41.
Okay, Alex, did you have to go in that hard? I mean, you only named off like 5 of his videos. You were naming off well more than that, but I love it what you're doing right now.
55, 42, 73, 43, 38, 80, 42, 45, 91, 99.
Okay, we get it, Alex. You don't have to continue on, man. Come on.
74, 40. Chat, I wonder why he's mad. This guy has had a hate boner for me for almost an entire year.
He's had a hate boner for you ever since you sat there and said something about a game key card. And it's the cloud chase. That's all it is.
Dude has been angry at me the entire year. And it's fucking crazy.
He's a fraud. He's a liar. I ratioed him on Twitter bad.
I seriously doubt that. You made claims that you ratioed Nintending when you didn't. You're the one that got cooked on Twitter.
And he's been scared of me ever since. He's been completely running away from a discussion ever since. So
you're not worth his time. Why should he? Why should he let you clout chase on his good name?
I mean, but once again, as a content creator, as a peer in the space, I have no problem with him, doing what he does.
Oh, you shouldn't have any problem with him. The way you always come at people.
So no hate towards him, but let it be known that he's very much scared of me. He's very much scared. But if he is,
I doubt he's scared of you. There's just no point. Like, what point is there for you two to do a video on? What's he going to get out of it?
Isn't Alex? I'm here to talk about Switch 2 game key cards.
The thing is, the way he's lowering his tone right now, you know damn well he saw that clip from Alex.
I'm here to talk about the C button that you says requires a credit card. I'm here to talk about.
I mean, technically it does. When you buy the controller, it is mapped to the chat function, which means you need a credit card to use it if you do not have the online.
These things, because you're a liar.
That is not a lie. That is an actual fact. If it is mapped to the chat function, you need a credit card to use the chat function.
You can call me a fanboy or a bootlicker all you want to, but one thing that I'm not is I'm not a liar.
Oh, you are. You are a liar. You made so many claims on me that were lies, so you are a liar.
You are a liar, and you know that you're a liar.
If Alex is a liar, I'm not going to say that he's not, because I've never really witnessed him lying. But, all of us have told a lie before, if we're all being honest. But if you think that you're going to prove that he's a liar because he made a claim that you need a credit card, which I don't even know if he's made that claim. But if you're going to say someone's a liar because they made a claim that in order to use the chat button function, you need a credit card, that is factually true. Again, if it is mapped to the chat function, in order to use the chat function, you need a credit card to use it.
So, So anytime you want to talk, Alex, I am here to talk. But I'm guessing you'll probably say no because you're.
Because why would he? Why would he let you clout chase on his good name? That's all you're doing is clout chasing. You need him to prop up your crusty ass channel. It still hasn't been doing good. You have not recovered since last year.
Scared, of course. I mean, why wouldn't you be scared? It's not like you say facts on your streams. It's not like you know what you're
I mean, he probably says more facts than you do.
talking about, or you research everything properly.
And you do. We all know you don't research properly. Oh, Bethels X will send a $2 super chat. OJ is the biggest liar than a car salesman. I agree.
You know, like
Well, he's a sleazy one. OJ, there is no need to yell like that. Calm the fuck down.
Valve and that $300 price increase, because, you know, you were saying that Valve is just the best and you praise them.
I mean, he did sit there and say that price increase was wrong. He did lay into Valve. Did he soften it a little bit in the beginning? Maybe a little bit, but no, he sat there and said that it was wrong. So you're using very poor examples to try to disprove him.
Look at
or discredit him, I should say.
the Steam Deck and buy that, but it's $1,000 now, you know, for the pro consumer Valve, but.
And he said, do not buy it. He said it's not worth the money.
You know, it's all good.
Maybe I need to go back and rewatch his video, but I'm pretty positive that he sat there and said, do not buy it. It's not worth the money. And it's wrong.
He had a whole stream over it. Oh, he had a whole stream over it. Dang, I must have.
He did not have a whole stream. Okay, OJ, I understand that you think you're this important person, but you are not that important to take up a whole live stream. Okay, only one time have I ever had a whole live stream about you, and that's because I was going over your hour-and-a-half damn debate with OmniArc.
Really pissed him off that he dedicated a whole stream. Ooh, that was good.
I mean, he wasn't pissed at all. He completely destroyed your ass and made you look bad. Which honestly, you just made yourself look bad first, and then he made it worse.
If he was talking about me the whole time, oh my god.
My guy, he was not talking about you the whole damn time. It was a very small section of that damn stream.
That's awesome. I definitely got under his skin. If that's what you're talking about. I don't think so. Banana Man isn't that smart. I'm here to debate any of these guys. Like I said before.
Of course, you need something to prop up your crusty ass channel. But the problem is you're so disingenuous about it. You have so many unrealistic expectations or unrealistic requirements to debate somebody. Now, I guarantee you, if Alex, the size of the channel he is, if he would have said, okay, I'll debate you, but you got to sit here and do this, I guarantee you his ass would bend over backwards to have that opportunity.
They're not going to debate, but, you know, I'm here if they want to. We can talk about their lies, you know.
I mean, you've done a very poor job trying to bring up the lies. Okay, sitting here making a claim that the C button, you need a credit card, which you do. I know that you can remap the damn button, but out of the box straight, it is mapped to the chat function, which you need a credit card to use. If you remap it to a different button, then no, you no longer need a credit card to use that button.
Like, one lie that they said, of course, was that the C button, that this button is, you need to use a credit card to use it. You don't.
You do. Unless you remap it.
You can map this button to any other button, so you can.
And what button is it mapped to when you first start? Are you going to sit here and say it? You pull that out of the box, isn't it mapped to? Well, I could be wrong. Maybe it's not mapped to anything and you have to map it to something. But I'm pretty certain if it is mapped to the chat function, which is what it was advertised as, you need a credit card to use it.
Have like an extra quick swap button, anything that you want.
And I bet if you sat there and asked Alex and asked him, hey, if you map it to a different button, it's no longer mapped to the chat function, do you still need a credit card? I bet you he would say, no, you do not need a credit card.
It doesn't require a credit card to use. So that's a lie. That's a lie, Alex. You're a liar. It helps to actually have the hardware or know what you're talking about, though. I think that's the problem with a lot of grifters and, you know, Steam schizos. Half the time they don't even have what they're talking about. They're just talking.
Well, the sad part is you have the stuff you're talking about and you still don't know what you're talking about because you didn't even know that it's mapped to the damn chat function.
About it because they hear it online and then they go on Twitter and scream about it and all that, you know.
The thing is, he hasn't been saying this the whole time. He just recently found out you can remap it. I guarantee when someone said, "Oh, I get a dunk on all those Steam people," I guarantee you that's what he was thinking. My guy, it is not that fucking deep.
Kind of like how the Steam Deck, you know, remember how the Steam Deck was, you know, they praised Gaben. Praise be to Gaben. He wouldn't raise prices. Praise be to Gaben. It's always.
Okay, I don't remember any of them actually saying that, but I will admit there were a lot of Steam people that were acting like that they would never sit here and do something like that. They may have never said those words, but they were acting like that Steam could do no wrong.
Pro-consumer. Oh, Nintendo and Sony raising prices. Oh, that's why I praise Gaben so much. Yeah, what happened? What happened?
I actually do agree with you on that part. You get one agreement out of me, OJ. All right, so the next video, well, I'm going to read the chat first. But the stupid damn phone keeps messing up. So we are going to go into here. Oh, I'm not even signed in, damn it. Hold on real quick. Let me see if I can sign in real quick. Let me see. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Let me see something and then I can, and then I will read off the things. So we don't have to look at a blank screen the whole time. Here we go. Let's read the comments. Where's it at? Is Banana Man Alex? Yes, he's Alex. Alex versus Player Essence. Neither cook. They just burn the kitchen down. Oh, that would happen. There would be so much yelling. I guarantee, or maybe not yelling, but there would be raising of the voices. I promise you on that one. Player Essence will try to come in like he's all prim and proper and everything, but it would not last long. We know how them two would be. It would not end well. I promise you on that one. Have you played DK64 NSO? You should stream it. I have not there, UGR shots. No point comparing sub/views. No point. I mean, there is a point. There is a point there, Crimson Crunch. That's the Banana Man. Yep. Nice pride. Oh, yep. Different channels. Positivity doesn't sell versus negative. That is not true, Crimson Crunch. Okay, go look at Austin John Plays. He gets massive amounts of views. Okay, so it has nothing to do with positivity versus negativity. Okay, like last year when the Switch 2 was at its hype, there were positivity was getting views. The problem with OJ is that him and a lot of other Nintendo YouTubers last year refused to grow a spine and stand up for the community, so all their channels started dying. But then there were other Nintendo channels that were doing perfectly fine, but they actually had a spine and they weren't damage controlling. He's just annoyed by OJ. Oh, you know it. Why is anyone upset about chat button? Nintendo been behind for 20 years on voice chat and now have a good system that it's easy to use. It's because you got to pay for it, Crimson Crunch. That's the reason why people are so on it. I don't get why Nintendo fanboys could just make regular videos of games they play, but nope. Oh, you know, because it doesn't always get views. And Player Essence has issues with people like Alex and Angry. Player Essence has issues with anybody. Player Essence is right about Alex. At least he doesn't know anything. Nah, there's things that Alex knows. I'm not going to say he knows everything. Is OJ a Karen? Yes, he is a massive fucking Karen, Wonder Red. Player Essence comes to the debate, so he at least stands up for what he believes. Crimson Crunch. Player Essence only wants to do debates because he thinks it's going to make him money. That's all it is. The only one he will make an exception for on that is Nintendo. He will sit here and Nintendo will sit here, or he will sit here, go debate Nintendo, even if it doesn't make him any money, just because of how much hatred he has for Nintendo. OJ is coping so hard. Yes, he is. But he won't ever call out Prime for his fake leaks. You know it, Warfare. You know it. I don't need a credit card. Is this a USA only thing? Well, Crimson Crush, you already have the NSO. If you have the NSO, then you can use the chat function. But if you don't have NSO, then you can't use the chat function. Or maybe it is only a damn state thing. What did I miss? Everything, Hyperstar Cage. Why can't we just call a spade a spade? I know, right, Smash Monkey? Player Essence been around too long is old news like Review Tech USA. Very true. Austin John makes great video guides. Yes, he does. Nintendo just announced the Direct on the app. Oh, the Direct is tomorrow for Tuesday. There we go. There, True Dosh fan. There we go. Also, we have Discord now. We don't really need a paid voice chat. Agreed. All righty. Up next, we got someone who decided to take a swing at me.
So originally, I was supposed to upload a YouTube video.
Hold on, guys. I need to turn up the volume on my headset.
Talking about a Thrustmaster T-Fly HOTUS 1, demonstrating it for flight simulators and spaceship shooters.
Awesome. Nobody gives a fuck about. Why do I hear stuff? No one gives a fuck about the damn flight simulator, if we're being honest.
As a way to tell Harmon Smith that traditional flight controls will always be superior to the Star Fox Zero Wii U gamepad controls that he likes to talk
Well, Harmon's the only one that ever says that the damn gamepad controls were good for that game. No one else ever says that, if we're being honest.
about. But then I ended up delaying that video because Valve decided to increase the price of the Steam Deck by $300.
And you decided to make a video calling Valve out for their anti-consumer and greedy thing for what they did to them for raising that, right? You so didn't decide to make a video on me, right?
And now we have Steam drama happening, all because
My guy, there has been Steam drama going on long before that. You really need to get your facts correct. There was drama about a week and a half on Twitter before they even raised the price. Okay, that just added the cherry on top to the whole damn thing.
of a YouTuber who goes by Angry Vigilante Show.
It's Vigilante, not Vigilante. There's no, you don't have to do that at the end. There's no Vigilante, it's Vigilante.
For those that don't know, Angry Vigilante is
Vigilante, not Vigilante.
a SALT content creator who covers console fanboys shilling for Nintendo.
No, I sit there and cover fanboys who are toxic to the communities. That's what I cover. Don't have to be console fanboys. It could be PC fanboys or Steam fanboys too.
PlayStation, and so on. Some of the videos he made I enjoyed. However, over time, the content
And just, I will let you know which videos that he enjoyed. He enjoyed my videos when it came to PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox. But the videos he didn't was the ones that was his preferred piece of plastic. Not going to throw out any terms. We can all guess what type of person this is.
Angry Vigilante makes has gotten worse ever since he made a video talking about how Valve discontinued the Steam Deck LCD.
Because they did. It was very bad. Very anti-consumer for them to sit here and discontinue the $400 value one and leave us with a $550 and $650 one.
And since then, he's been making videos going against the Valve because
I have been making videos calling Valve out. But don't worry, I'm not making those videos anymore. I'm just keeping it on Twitter. I am not going to sit here and stand up for you guys anymore. Like I said before, I already tried to stand up for you guys and you guys attacked me for it.
supposedly Valve is being anti-consumer.
That anti-consumer until they fix it. The problem is they haven't fixed the problem.
One of the pro-consumer moves is using a credit card.
Uh-oh. Is my thing, am I no longer live? Hold on, guys. Am I no longer live? Oh, nope, I'm still live. My phone was like loading. I was wondering if the stream went down.
As age verification. During the whole Child Safety Act happening in the United Kingdom, Valve managed to find a loophole to that, saying in order to verify you're 18 years or older, you must have a credit card.
Yes, that was a good thing. Like I've said before, I don't give two shits whether you have to show ID or not. It means nothing to me. I don't care.
Because by law, nobody is allowed to have a credit card under the age of 18. And the reason why Valve did this is because by using your ID as age verification on the internet, it increases the risk of getting doxxed on the internet. That's
Okay. What does this have to do with anything? What does this have to do with me? Why are you bringing up a lawsuit in the UK that I never even covered?
why Valve used a credit card instead. The reason why Angry Vigilante never brought this up is because he thinks it's irrelevant.
To the lawsuit that I was covering, yes. Because the lawsuit I covered was in New York. The lawsuit you just talked about was in UK. You do understand that New York is in an entirely different country, right? We have no jurisdiction about what happened in the UK. So what happened in the UK has nothing to do with us.
But in reality, he never brought it up because it did not suit his narrative.
No, I did not bring it up because it had nothing to do with the lawsuit that I was covering, which was in New York.
Now, that was addressed by Gar of the Rage when he responded to Angry Vigilante in one of his lives.
My guy, will you stop saying Angry Vigilante? It's Angry Vigilante. Say it correctly.
Live streams. So I'll be addressing a few things Angry Vigilante has said on his YouTube channel.
I swear, this guy's going to drive me crazy through this whole damn video if I keep hearing him mispronounce that damn name. How hard is it to say Angry Vigilante?
Starting with his video called "The Steam Deck Isn't Worth the Price Anymore, This is a Scam."
It is. It wasn't worth the price anymore. They discontinued the $400 model and left the $550 model. Oh, what is that? Send a star. Thank you so much there, Pulsar Legend.
Now, before I address it, I want to make this very clear. That video he made, it was made before the whole AI RAM crisis happened. And
You are correct. It was made before. Guess what? I still stand by what I said.
the fact that the Steam Deck ended up being sold out. So just bear with me.
What was once a gateway into gaming has quietly started turning into something else. Something far less consumer friendly. And if you don't call that out just because you like the brand name on the shelf, then you're not defending gaming, you're defending marketing. And
Exactly. I was cooking in that video.
now that we know what we know, now that the dust has settled and the curtain's been pulled back, it's pretty obvious why the price drop happened in the first place. Because it wasn't some generous gift to gamers, it was a clearance sale. They were dumping LCD models clearance.
Very true. I sat there and did a video talking about how the LCD model was the best in gaming when they did a $320 deal. And I was like, oh, Valve was doing something very pro-consumer. Unfortunately, I was incorrect. Okay, I didn't know that they were sitting here, that they dropped the price down to get rid of stock. Apparently, they said 2 years before that they weren't going to make any more, and that was the last remaining ones.
Inventory and conditioning everyone to accept the future where paying more is framed as progress. That $320 price wasn't the new normal, it was the hook, and once you understood that, the entire situation starts to look a lot less wholesome. Because here's the reality.
I mean, that's true.
The Steam Deck as it exists right now is not worth what they're asking for. And that's not me being dramatic. That's me doing the math without the corporate goggles on. The base model now starts at $550, and
Yes, that $550 one was not worth it.
that's before you even make it usable in a way that most people actually want to use it. They discontinued the LCD model. If you want to dock it to a TV or a monitor, which is one of the biggest selling points, everyone loves.
Wait, my mic is off? Oh, never mind. Okay. Don't mess with me like that, guys.
Done spending. You need a dock, you need an HDMI cable, and you need at least 2 controllers if you plan on playing with anybody else.
Very true. That's what you need.
Once you add all that up, you're looking at $670 at the absolute cheapest. And I'm sorry, but there is no universe where $670 for a Steam Deck setup makes sense.
It doesn't make sense. You'd be better off getting a Switch 2. Or at the time, I think that the PS5 was down to $400 at that time, if I remember correctly.
Now, I'm sorry for letting that clip play as long as it did, but I really need to address the elephant in the room.
I mean, if you really wanted to, you could have paused halfway through and just said, okay, I'm pausing, and then started back up.
Right. So, Angry Vigilante thinks Valve is being anti-consumer just
It's not that I think. It's because I know that they're being anti-consumer. Get it correct.
because they discontinued the Steam Deck LCD model. That take right there is just silly. You see,
Not at all. They took away the $400 model, which was a very reasonable price one, left us with a $550 model.
when Angry Vigilante made that video, his like to dislike ratio is almost about 50-50.
Okay, guess what? That's completely irrelevant what the like to dislike ratio is. When I added your video to the queue to sit here and do this in the morning right before I started, guess what? Your like to dislike ratio, there was no like on your damn video. You didn't have a single fucking like on there.
As you can see on this screenshot right here. He has 176 likes and 165 dislikes after he made that video. And even made a comment on that video trying to explain to him why he has a crappy take. So here's what
No, you were trying to sit here and damage control. That's all it was.
the comment says. Angry Vigilante, my buddy, you're an awesome guy. I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this, but it's very easy to complain about high prices, especially with the Steam Deck OLED. But first of all, you get what you pay for. The Steam
No, you're overpaying what you're paying for. There's a difference.
Deck OLED 512GB model for $550 is a reasonable price on what you're getting.
No, it is not. You can get at the time you were able to get other hardware for cheaper. That was far better.
Between the Steam Deck LCD 256GB model and the Steam Deck OLED 512GB model, with the OLED model you're getting an HDR display with 90Hz refresh rate, slightly improved battery life.
Okay, if you want to compare it to the Steam Deck, guess what? There is other hardware that is far better and would slap the hell out of a Steam Deck.
3 to 12 hours depending on the game, and better Wi-Fi. If you're getting the Steam Deck OLED 1TB model, not only are you getting more storage, you're also getting the fancier anti-glare etched glass screen.
Awesome. Still doesn't make it worth that damn price, my guy, especially now.
Which is the best type of screen you're gonna get. The Steam Deck is a good entry point for PC gamers, because even with the LCD model being discontinued, the Steam Deck OLED will still offer you great performance. Not to mention too that the OLED
It will not offer good enough performance like a PS5 does, especially at that damn time.
is slightly more powerful than the LCD. The Steam Deck OLED serves as a middle ground for people who do not want to spend the cheapest amount of money on a Steam Deck LCD, but also don't want to spend the most money on a Lenovo Legion Go S with SteamOS
They could have sat there and got a Switch 2, which would have performed just as good as the Steam Deck would have.
and 32GB of RAM, which is more powerful than the Steam Deck OLED. Hope that helps you understand. Not long after I made that
It did not help me understand. All you were doing was damage controlling.
comment, Angry Vigilante
My guy, if you're going to say my name, because you obviously can't say it correct, call me Vig, because that's what a lot of people call me. Call me AVS. Call me angry, anything. Just stop saying vigilante. You don't say it correctly. Have you never seen a single superhero movie or show? How do you not know how to say vigilante properly?
responded back with the following. When you compare it to a PS5, you get better hardware and performance over it, and it's cheaper.
That is fact. Especially at that time, I cannot remember if they had the bundle, but I do know that there was a PS5 bundle for $400 that you were able to get. $150, you got more storage, better performance, and it was cheaper.
And then I replied back to Angry Vigilante, telling him, not quite. With the PlayStation 5, you'd be stuck behind a closed
It doesn't matter if it's a closed ecosystem or an open source platform. Okay, generally when it comes to a console and a Steam Deck, or I'm going to use this one, Steam Deck and the Switch 2, the parts are literally comparable. It's not like the Steam Deck has these amazing parts that cost way more than what a Switch 2 cost here. Okay? What you're saying doesn't make any sense. What you're doing is you're just trying to deflect and not sit here and hold Valve accountable. That's all you're doing.
ecosystem compared to the Steam Deck being an open source platform. The fact that the Steam Deck is an open platform, you can actually do more with it.
Doesn't matter. It's irrelevant if you can do more with it or not. It doesn't make it worth more like that. It does not perform at that level that what it should for that price. You guys have just sat there and willing to accept it and get ripped off because you guys want to have this superiority.
In fact, you can actually use the Steam Deck as a regular PC. Like,
True, but you're not going to be able to play modern games and be able to sit here and use it as a regular PC. That is why consoles are so much cheaper. Because there's no way we're going to pay, like, no console person is going to pay PC prices for a console. Okay, Valve has just convinced you guys to do it.
how I'm using it right now. The PlayStation 5 is just a more restricted computer. That's all it really is. Now, after he made that video, he actually made a follow-up video where Angry Vigilante basically just doubled down on Valve being anti-consumer
Because they were. And you do know that that massive price hike completely proved I was correct.
because they discontinued the Steam Deck LCD model. It's like, dude, you made a bad take, just move on from it.
I didn't make a bad take. I was correct. And I'm still correct to this day. Valve raising the price proved that I was correct, that they are anti-consumer and greedy.
Now, later on, Angry Vigilante made a video going after Valve with the lawsuit going on with Counter-Strike loot boxes, in which Gara of the Rage called him out on it.
And then I clap back at his ass. So what's the point? Why are you bringing up Gara? There's no point. All you're doing now is trying to stir up more drama.
And then after which, Angry Vigilante responded to Gara because
That is an epic thumbnail. I am still proud of that thumbnail to this day.
he was going after Angry Vigilante all because he got butthurt because he had a bad take on the.
Nope. I had a very good take. Okay. And I was not butthurt. So are you saying that if we respond to people that come at us that we're butthurt? So was Gara butthurt when Harmon Smith came at him? Is Alex butthurt for all the people that choose to go at him, like X-Vault or Harmon Smith or Player Essence? I mean, just because we decide to clap back doesn't mean we're butthurt. It's what we do. It's the content we make, my guy.
Lawsuit because he didn't look deeper into it.
I did look deeper into it. Guess what? You do know that when it comes to that lawsuit that you guys love to talk about, the whole age verification is rarely even mentioned in that lawsuit. Like literally, the only times that the age verification gets mentioned is when it talks about a specific person who's a child who was able to purchase and gamble on those loot crates without any type of verification. That is the only time age verification is even brought up in that whole 54-page lawsuit.
I gotta say, Gara of the Rage did a fantastic job going over the detail.
Of course, you would think, no, he didn't. He didn't do a fantastic job. All he did was bring up the age verification shit. He didn't bring up anything else. Oh, he brought up some conspiracy crap too. He did not bring up everything. The only person that did an amazing job actually covering the whole damn lawsuit thing was the fake wizard guy. He literally covered everything that could possibly be about that lawsuit. So no, he didn't do a fantastic job. I'm not even going to say I did a fantastic job. The only one that did do a fantastic job was the fake wizard guy.
Why Angry Vigilante has a horrible take. Yes, we want.
No, he did not go over anything. He just didn't like that I criticized his favorite piece of plastic. That's all it was. And you're just bringing this all up again so there could be more drama that starts up. My guy, literally everything got cooled down. Okay, I talked to Power Boss behind the scenes. We squashed a lot of shit. And what you're doing in this whole video, because we are only currently 7 minutes or 8 minutes into this 31-minute video. He brings up so much more of the drama because he's just trying to spew this damn drama again. He wants to sit here and recreate a civil war or something is what this guy's trying to do.
Boxes gone. Loot boxes are a huge problem with the gaming industry.
Exactly.
But that does not mean we're going to sacrifice everybody's freedom just to get what we want.
Guess what? You don't have to. You want to know why? It's not against your freedom for ID verification because that's what they keep going towards. The Supreme Court ruled last year. You guys can go look it up. It is literally the Supreme Court case, Free Speech Coalition Inc. versus Paxton, okay, happened last year, settled on June 27th, almost a year ago. Okay, in this landmark decision, the court ruled 6-3 in a written opinion delivered by Justice Clarence Thomas. The court upheld Texas House Bill 1181, which require commercial websites that host a significant portion of sexually explicit material harmful to minors to implement age verification systems. Do you not think if the state sat there and said Valve has to do ID verification, do you think that the Supreme Court is going to say no? There is a lot of heavily sexually explicit content that could be considered harmful to minors that is on Valve. You know, and I don't want to get into the political side. If you guys do not like having to show ID verification, that's fine. I just personally don't give a fuck. They're the ones that always constantly have to bring it up.
If you want full details, I'll put Gara's live streams in the description below so that you can see him responding to Angry Vigilante regarding with.
My guy, how are you an adult? You're a gamer, for crying out loud, and you can't say vigilante correct. You're not the only one. I met many people that cannot say it correct for some odd fucking reason. Say the name correctly.
Valve and loot boxes. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the whole Steam controller fiasco.
Oh yeah, this is where he has to bring up this whole fucking drama again.
And this is where Angry Vigilante craps the bed. Now,
not at all. I did a very fair and honest review on the Steam controller.
At the time I'm making this video, 3 weeks ago, he made a video called Valve Price Gouging the Space.
You made this video 3 weeks ago and it took you, or no, okay, that one I did 3 weeks ago. Got you. Now I know.
It's a controller. Steam controller review. Now, at first you might think, wait, Valve price gouging the Steam controller? That's...
Yes, $100 for that controller is not a good deal. It should have been $70 or $80. It was overpriced. Many of us were saying that before, but unfortunately, certain people got pushback from Steam fanboys and they decided to flip-flop. Not going to say who did it.
Kind of wacky for him to say, but whatever, it's not a big deal, right? But then you notice one problem. One huge problem. Now, in case anybody is curious, yes, I watched Angry Vigilante's Steam controller review.
I have a very hard time because later in this video, you out yourself by all you do is regurgitate what other people are saying. I seriously doubt that you watched the video.
I watched the entire thing of it. After watching that video, you begin to notice that Angry Vigilante never showed video footage of him unboxing the Steam controller in front of the camera.
Because I didn't think I had to. Literally, when I did my Switch 2 review, I never once showed me unboxing anything or having the thing. I wouldn't have been able to unbox it because I bought it used. But the thing is, never did I show proof that I had it. Every time I reviewed a game, never showed proof that I had the game. Every time I got one from Gamefly in the past, never showed proof that I have it from Gamefly. No one ever asked me to. So I didn't think I would have to, but don't worry. Going forward, I will make sure every video game that I ever get, before I even review it, I will gladly show proof of it just so it can shut you guys the fuck up.
In fact, he never showed his Steam controller on camera in that video, period.
Because I've never videoed myself on camera, never used any of that footage. Literally, I'm a VTuber. I don't do that.
All he did is show video footage of an already existing video from Valve demonstrating the Steam controller.
Because I was talking about the Steam controller, and I'm a VTuber. VTubers don't generally show what we look like. We don't generally show footage of ourselves.
Valve made that Steam controller reveal, while at the same time sharing his thoughts on the Steam controller. Sharing your thoughts on the Steam controller is one thing, but not showing the Steam controller on camera when making that Steam controller review, it made his audience beg the question, did he actually...
No, it did not make my audience beg the question. It made you guys beg the question, the Steam fanboys who couldn't handle a fair and honest review of the Steam controller. That's what it made people question. But where were you guys when I did my Switch 2 review? None of you guys asked if I had a Switch 2. None of you guys asked if I had the games. When I claimed that I had Gamefly in the past, you never asked any of the other salt miners when they talked about certain games or certain systems. You guys never asked them proof to show it. Now, it was incorrect when it came to Frit. I made a claim that Fratanga didn't show proof. No, technically he did. So I was incorrect. But everybody else, you never asked them. You know, all those other people that made claims, you never asked them to show proof. But with me, you do.
Actually own the Steam controller or not. Now, here's the thing. Vigilante actually does own a Steam controller, but he never
Yes, because if I don't do reviews on something I've never played or don't own. I'm not a Dreamcast guy here.
shown it on his channel. In fact,
Because I didn't think I had to. Because I've never done that before.
Angry Vigilante sent Gara of the Rage a private message on Discord
It was actually Twitter, not Discord. Get it correct. If you're going to make claims, make sure you got the facts correct.
of his picture of his Steam controller, which makes me wonder, why didn't Angry Vigilante use that particular picture in his Steam controller review?
Because I don't do that. I never did that for the Switch 2. Never did that for any of the video games. That's why. Never thought I had to, actually. But don't worry. Like I said, going forward, I will. I understand that you guys had some of you guys had a problem with my Steam controller review. You can't actually combat it with any real intelligence, so you have to nitpick like this. But just so we know, all the Nintendrons that absolutely hated me, or still do hate me to this day, guess what? They never once asked me to show proof that I had a Switch 2. They never once asked me to show proof that I had the video game that I reviewed. But you guys, because you guys had somebody who reviewed something that you guys didn't enjoy their review on because it doesn't fit your narrative when it comes to Valve, then you guys want to sit here and ask proof, even though you never asked proof from anybody else about other things whenever they talk about things.
Oh, but don't worry. The genius Angry Vigilante managed to make an excuse for it.
I mean, this part wasn't an excuse, but I'll let you go ahead.
Blast was asking Angry Vigilante if he had proof that he had the Steam controller before or during his Steam controller review. Do you want to know what Angry Vigilante said?
Okay, before we get into this part of what I said, you do understand that Blast asked me after the review dropped. He didn't ask me the day that the review dropped. He asked me well after the review dropped. We're talking about multiple days after the review dropped. I think it was like almost a week. Well, it wasn't almost a week. It was like 3 or 4 days afterwards. How am I supposed to send something that I don't have? How am I supposed to show proof that I had the Steam controller during my review, or like during the review or before the review? How am I supposed to do that when someone asked me well afterwards? If he would have asked me like right after the review dropped, I would have gladly sent the picture just like I did with Garo.
Here's what he said. Just listen.
I pressed Vig multiple times to show me proof that he had the Steam controller at time of review.
Because I can't. It's impossible. Not without exposing myself. I can't send you something that either is going to have my name, my address, or my city and location. I'm not going to give that out. There's a reason why that I don't show my face or give out my name. I'm assuming you're the same reason. So why would I show this to you? I don't know if you're going to release this to the fucking internet. I mean, that's a very valid point. The only way I can show proof right now is if I sit here and show the receipt from Valve, or if I show the UPS notification thing that it showed it was delivered to me, which has personal information on me.
Nobody was asking you to show your personal info, you idiot!
What else was I supposed to show? I don't have any other way to show it. That's what you don't understand.
Blast is asking you is that do you have a picture of the Steam controller before or during the review you made?
No, I do not. It's a controller. It's not that special. Okay, it's not like a system when you get all excited and you want someone to take a video of you unboxing it so you can cherish the memory. It's a fucking controller. Why would I sit here and have something like that? But don't worry, going forward, I actually will. Because since you guys can't combat me with any real intelligence and you have to nitpick on like stupid ass shit like this, even though again, you never asked me before to show proof on other things.
Now, mind you, you can be faceless and still show people that you have the Steam controller. Like this right here. This is a picture of my Xbox Series X I purchased since launch day.
Awesome. I don't have all those pictures. I don't take pictures of fucking controllers like you do. They're not fucking special. They're controllers. They're a dime a dozen. There were mini controllers before the Steam controller. There's going to be mini controllers afterwards.
This is something that I can do.
Yeah, but Mario, if I would have blurred all that stuff out, they would have easily said, oh, you could have just got that stuff online, if we're being honest here.
In 1 minute. So why can't
Mario, they would have just moved the goalpost regardless.
you do the same, Angry Vigilante? And don't
Because I don't have the pictures. I don't have that stuff. I don't take pictures of everything. It's a fucking Steam controller. It's not that fucking special.
tell me because you should not have to. Yes, you do. Like, shut.
Then why the fuck didn't you ever ask me to show any of the other stuff? Why didn't you ever ask me when I did my Switch 2 review? Hell, why didn't you ever ask me to show proof that I have a PC or a PS5? No one ever asked me to show proof before, so why did I think I would have to?
The heck up. But this is what kills me. This is what kills me right here. Angry Vigilante has this dumb outburst saying that Blast should get his money back because he's.
My guy, there was no need to include this part. You are literally just trying to bring up drama that was already fucking squashed. That's all you're doing right now. Your goal is to have a civil war happen in the Soul community. That's all you want. At least the first 10 minutes of your video was actually not terrible. But the rest of this shit, all you're doing is just trying to restart drama all over again.
Not qualified to go to law school and that he should be put on a leash.
It's my money back for my college education. Not go. That's not.
Well, you might want them to teach you what the fuck the difference of lying and just being wrong is. Because they sure the hell have failed you. But the thing is, I'm pretty certain you're probably supposed to know that before you even graduate high school. How the hell? I mean, technically that's true. Like, even though we squashed all this shit, technically what I said was true. But again, Blast, if you're watching this, this is not me trying to rehash drama all over again. This is on this idiot Raymond. Did you graduate high school without even knowing what lying and being wrong is?
Not going to happen. I'm not going to get my money back for my college education because it's actually going well.
I mean, I have a hard time believing that when you don't know the difference between a lie and being wrong, and when you got cooked so easily by someone who's. I'm just going to let this continue on. This is a lot about you.
It's actually going well. Don't you ever tell people in this community to be on a leash.
Gara, you really need to put your bitch Blast on a leash and put a muzzle on him.
Don't you ever tell me.
I'll admit, that's not probably my best moment right there. But I will sit here and say that when it comes to people trying to create drama like Raymond is here, no, you guys need to put a muzzle on him.
Or Gara or Alex Klutz or Fritz.
Why are you... Okay, again, I never once ever said to Alex or Gara or Frit that they need to have a muzzle on. Never did I say that. Bringing up Alex, Klutzy, and Frit, I never brought... Why are you involving other people? I understand that you can't take me on and you're scared, so you have to involve everybody else. I get it. But you don't need to sit here and keep bringing them up, okay? I never sat there and said that at them. I said that to your ass.
Or anybody fucking else.
Guess what? I just did, Blast. What the fuck are you going to do about it? We all know you ain't that fucking guy. You ain't going to do a damn fucking thing. You're too much of a little bitch to do anything.
That is extremely petty for Angry Vigilante to say when he was the.
I mean, it really wasn't. It wasn't my best moment. You know, I will admit that me, Gara, Blast, we were all acting like children. We literally showed that we are no different than the Nintendo fanboys that we were willing to sink, or not just the Nintendo fanboys, but any fanboys that we were willing to sink down to their level. Again, there was no need to bring this shit up, Raymond, but you chose to do it because what you're doing is you're just trying to create more drama. You want this civil war to happen. You want more people to come at me. That's all you're trying to do.
One who knows nothing about the lawsuits being targeted towards.
I mean, I definitely know more about the lawsuits. Way more than what you did. Again, the lawsuit I covered, which was in New York, literally had a very small section about the whole ID verification. When everybody talks about the ID verification, it's coming from the lawsuit in UK, which I never covered. I never covered the lawsuit in the UK, Raymond.
Valve especially when he talks about how
By the way, was Player Essence talking about me again? Missed that I had dental work. No, he was talking about Alex. And then I had to show the clip of where Alex cooked his ass for pointing out his views and his views on their videos and shit.
Valve is supposedly stealing data from its user base.
I really have no idea where this is coming from. I never said that Valve is stealing users' data from their database. I said that there is a malware or I can't pronounce the word, but there is a malware problem on Valve currently right now because there are games that have the malware on them. But guess what? It is Valve's platform. It is their responsibility to make sure their security checks are supposed to be doing their job to make sure that their customers do not get attacked through that shit.
Because some random shovelware game called Beyond the Dark contained malware inside the game. But you
guess what platform it was on? It was on Steam. Guess who's going to be responsible for liable? Valve is, because they own Steam. I don't know if you know this, Raymond. Valve owns Steam. So if somebody buys something on Steam and it hurts them, guess what? Valve can be held liable for that. I don't know if you know that.
see, the thing is that the game Beyond the Dark containing malware inside had nothing to do with Valve. It is
Technically it did because it was on Steam. It was on Valve's platform. But I never once said that it was Valve's game. I never once said that Valve was the one that was stealing people's data and shit.
entirely on a shovelware developer. Now,
For the criminal aspect, yes. But it's also on Valve because it's their platform. It is their responsibility. Where is this energy when it came to PlayStation being hacked? I've never once ever heard people sit there and say, oh, it's not PlayStation's fault all that information got leaked. It's the hackers' fault. No, we all blame PlayStation for that happening because it's their fault. Their security was trash that allowed their customers' information to get leaked out, just like Valve's security system is trash right now.
now granted, Valve has a massive shovelware problem because
There you go. You just announced. There you go. Yes, they have a massive shovelware problem.
Steam is filled to the brim with shovelware games just so that achievement hunters and car farmers can hunt these games down just so that they can pip out the profile. But to say that Valve is stealing data from its
Never said that they stole data. If I said they stole data, why aren't you using a clip or something of it?
own user base, that is such a load of crap.
I would agree. I didn't say that. Never once. You will never find a clip of me or a comment or anything of me saying that Valve is stealing data from their database. It is on Valve's platform. They are partially responsible for that happening because their security sucks.
Did I mention he did not show his Steam controller? Oh,
Yes, you already mentioned that. I already explained why.
come on. Even Seppi, who made that analog wooden keyboard video review, got that one right.
Comments that eventually led
Awesome. I am not him. I'm a completely different person. I have done many reviews of many different products and never once showed it. No one ever sat here and demanded me to show it before. But like I said, going forward, I will sit here and start showing everything just so you feel better, Raymond.
me to spend
But I know all you guys are going to do is move the goalpost anyways.
$250 on a damn keyboard. Yeah, I didn't learn my lesson spending $300 on this circular disappointments.
My guy, that was completely pointless to put in.
Anyway, it has gotten to a point where Angry Vigilante's friends were telling him that he needs to stop
Friends is a very strong word.
before he'll end up going down a path that ends up making it personal.
Now, they were telling me to stop because I was destroying their damn followers. That's the only reason why. And they just didn't want to hear the criticism towards their favorite piece of plastic.
Because all he's doing is making himself look stupid.
That's fine. You can say I'm looking stupid. I will gladly be the laughing stock of the Salt community. You guys are the ones right now currently, I'm not going to say everybody, but you specifically, fanboys like you with your mindset, you guys are the laughing stock of the fucking gaming industry.
And then, it happened. At the time I'm making this video, Last week, Valve increased the price of the Steam Deck by $300.
Yes, which proved I was fucking correct, Raymond. The whole fucking time.
And that is unacceptable because for $50 more, you could get yourself an Asus ROG Xbox Ally X.
Very true. Or $50 less, you can get a PS5 Pro. Or for about what, $300 less, you can get yourself a PS5 base model. Or for $500 less, you can get yourself a Switch 2, which is far better than that ROG Xbox Ally X thing.
That's more powerful than the Steam Deck. I'm not going to defend the...
No, Zoe, I can't. I got to work tomorrow, so I won't be able to get off in time to stream the Direct, unfortunately.
price increase Valve has made, and I would be a hypocrite if I did. Now, since the...
Okay, so you're going to sit here and say that I was correct, right? You're going to sit here and through this whole video, you're saying that, oh, that I was saying that Valve was anti-consumer and greedy. That literally proved it right there. Why can't you just easily say, hey, you were correct?
price increase, Angry Vigilante has made another Valve anti-consumer video called...
Because they are anti-consumer for that price increase. That's just a fact.
Valve is collapsing over anti-consumer price hike.
Yes, their image is definitely collapsing.
And here in this video, Angry Vigilante is going after other content creators and throwing them under the bus because he can't handle the fact that he was being called out by those people when he made videos going after...
No, they were attacking me. That's the reason why I sat there and pointed them out.
Valve.
Just like I said, I've been trying to warn people for months, going all the way back to December. I was telling people that Valve was making greedy anti-consumer decisions, and I wasn't just...
Yes, like I said, I am spitting facts right there. I'm on fire.
Talking about Valve either. I was calling out anti-consumer practices across the PC gaming space in general. What happened in return? Constant attacks, non-stop criticism. Not because I was wrong, but because I was willing to say the things that a lot of people didn't want to hear. Back then, almost nobody was calling out Valve for getting rid of what was arguably the best value in gaming, the base LCD Steam Deck at $400. Instead, we got endless damage control, excuses, and deflection. Every criticism was met with a wall of fanboys trying to explain away decisions that would have been condemned if almost any other company had made them. Where were all the people calling out the delays that happened because Valve announced hardware before they even had the part situation figured out? Where were the people questioning a PC console hybrid devices pushing past $1,100? Where were the people sounding the
I'm just letting it play just so you guys know.
alarm when expensive hardware started losing support and leaving consumers worried about long-term reliability? The answer is simple. Most of them were nowhere to be found. What frustrates me the most is watching people apply completely different standards depending on which logo was on the box. If Nintendo, PlayStation, or Xbox made a move that hurt consumers, people were ready to grab the pitchforks. But when Valve did something similar, suddenly there
come
were
on,
always
let's
an
get it on.
excuse, always justification, and always a reason why this time was supposedly different.
No, Angry Vigilante. The reason why you want to see Valve get hurt is because you want to be right about Valve being anti-consumer.
I was right. That's just a fact there, Raymond. And no, I never said that I wanted them to get hurt. I would like some proper criticism towards them. That I would love to see.
And for what? Are you afraid of people going after you because you wanted to move the goalpost or something?
I never moved the goalpost. You guys are the ones that have been moving the goalpost the entire damn time. And when have I ever been afraid of people coming at me? Every time someone's came at me, I've always clapped back. I ain't scared of that shit. Are you kidding me? I ain't like the damn console fanboys that you guys like to react to when they run away hot and hiding and screaming. What the hell are you talking about?
You were not criticizing Vigilante, you took it too personal. That's what you were doing. You even admitted it to saying that you were taking it too personal.
My guy, you have no idea what you were talking about. When it came to the too personal part, that was a private conversation between me and Hellfire, and then Hellfire sat there and spilled the beans on that one. But that was what way back when Gara decided to react to my video and then I clapped back at him. This whole situation, you don't even know how this started. This started about 3 weeks ago when all I did was quote tweet something on Twitter, and it sat there and was about the Steam machine having multiple models. Most Steam boys refuse to confront you. Honestly, most Steam fanboys refuse to confront anybody. But I quote tweeted a thing when it came to the Steam machine going to have multiple different models, you know, like one with the Steam frame, one with the controller. And I said that let's hope one of them is going to be fairly priced, because this is Valve after all. They're not known for giving fair pricing and being pro-consumer towards their hardware and their accessories. That's what started this whole fucking thing off. So Raymond, you have no idea what you're even talking about. When by the time it got to that point, I didn't take the shit personal. I was just pointing out their fucking hypocrisy at that damn point for being attacked. That's what was going on. So if you're going to at least sit there and make a video, you should probably do the whole fucking research and just stop regurgitating what other people are saying. For months, I kept getting attacked for saying Valve should have been held to the same standards as everybody else. I kept getting told I was over-exaggerating, that I didn't know what I was talking about, and that Valve could do no wrong. I was told that I was a hater, a grifter, and everything in between.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Angry Vigilante, that is a hole you dug for yourself. You started this whole fiasco.
No, I didn't start this whole fiasco. If we're going to get technical, it was Hellfire when she quote tweeted what I said. Now, I'm not mad at her, but when I was getting flooded with all those people coming at me for saying that Valve was anti-consumer on Twitter and everything, I didn't know that they were coming from Hellfire. I thought they were trolls. But that's what started this whole damn thing.
People were calling you out because you made a bad take after bad take after bad take.
I didn't. And guess what? I was correct about all those fucking takes, except for the Texas lawsuit. I was incorrect with that Texas lawsuit when it came to Texas suing Valve for the loot boxes. That one I was wrong about. But all the other ones I was correct about. And then guess what? That massive fucking price hike completely proved it.
About Valve. If you cannot handle being called out by these people, that's your issue.
But guess what? No, this is what we do. What? Raymond, this isn't the fucking Boy Scouts. When people come at us, we clap back. That's what we do. We have always done that shit. There's even more. This might come as a shock to some people, but there are actually fanboys out there trying to damage control for Valve and argue that this price hike isn't anti-consumer. So here we got this dumbass person known as Power Boss, which I was surprised to find out apparently he is a mod for multiple channels. Whoever he is a mod for, you guys might want to either educate this dumbass or put a muzzle on him, because he is severely making you guys look bad. If this is what your community represents, then you guys are doomed. But
to be honest, I don't really care one way or another.
Oh yes, you do, Raymond. If you didn't care, you wouldn't be making this video. All you're doing is trying to stir up more fucking drama, and you just want to get the attention of the other salt miners. That's all you're doing. You want to sit here and act like that you're one of them. This is all this is.
We don't care, Vigilante. We don't.
Who's we? Are you talking about you and that mouse in your fucking pocket? And obviously you do care. You wouldn't be making a damn video.
Care what kind of company that fanboy or fangirl is shilling for. If they're shilling for whatever company it is, we're gonna call them out on it. No.
Really? Where's your videos calling out the Steam fanboys after the price increase? I've never once seen you do a damn video on that shit. Where's your video calling out Valve or someone for the damn price hike? Instead, you're doing a video on me because you got all up in your fifis because you couldn't handle the damn criticism towards your favorite piece of plastic. And because you want to start up more fucking drama between me and the other salt miners.
No matter what, you're missing the point on why people are calling you out in the first place.
I know the point. I know what the point is. Because they can't handle criticism of their favorite piece of plastic. That's the fucking point.
Again, we are not gonna defend the price hike for the Steam Deck, but don't you dare act like you know what you're talking about, Vigilante. I
do. I was correct. The price hike proved that I was correct about them being anti-consumer and greedy. That's just a fact.
Vigilante.
He said the Steam Oh, I know that. I know that Alex called out Steam for the price hike. I know that one. Steam Deck before was not price gouging. Now it is. That is still not anti-consumerism. That's not what that means, you spurtard piece of shit. You know gouging, you aren't even worth the time, energy, or waste of eternal torment anymore. You really cannot make this shit up. Instead of just admitting that Valve made an anti-consumer move, no, you had to jump in and sit there and defend them like the good little fanboy that you are.
No, he's telling you that you don't know what you're talking about.
Now, I can't find... I did know what I was talking about. Literally, the whole thing was like, me and Power Boss, we already squashed this shit. But of course, you got to bring it back up here, Raymond. But no, the whole thing was about... there was a severe miscommunication problem going on. But what I thought Power Boss was trying to say was that Valve is not anti-consumer for the price hike, but the consoles are. And Power Boss says that he doesn't know if it's anti-consumer because he doesn't know if they're making profit or how much it costs and all that. I could be wrong. I'm pretty certain, Power Boss, if you're watching this, you will let me know. Find the exact comment where this exact same person tried to explain why console price hikes are anti-consumer, but Valve's price hike supposedly isn't. But trust me, that argument was complete nonsense. It was just the same kind of mental gymnastics and double standards we've been seeing for years. When Nintendo, PlayStation, or Xbox raises prices, it's green and anti-consumer. But when Valve does it according to this dumbass fanboy, suddenly there's a 10-page explanation on why this isn't anti-consumer. That's the problem. Some people are so... Technically, that's true. Right after the whole price hike, you know, there were people that were sitting here saying that it wasn't anti-consumer, even though it was anti-consumer for the consoles. And then there were people that are still saying to this day that it is not, that Valve is not greedy for the price hike because they're selling the thing at cost. I'm not kidding you. That's what some people are actually saying. Invested in defending a company that they can't bring themselves to call it out how it is.
No, Vigilante, you don't know the full history about Valve.
I don't need to know the full history of Valve. Like when it comes to them doing something anti-consumer, I don't need to understand the full history. Okay, that would be like a Nintendo excusing a like trying to excuse Mario Kart World because they say, oh, well, you don't know the whole history of Nintendo. During the Wii and the Wii U and the GameCube, they were doing like Nintendo Selects for like $20. That literally, if a Nintendo said that, we would be tearing their asses apart. You have literally replaced the Nintendo, Raymond.
When Valve was first released back in 2003, PC gamers back in the day instantly hated Steam, especially when Valve forced PC players to sign in through Steam when they purchased a copy of Half-Life 2 and Counter-Strike.
All of that is irrelevant to what's going on right now. One thing I love, whenever I hear from a PC person, they always love to sit here and say this like, oh, well, you have to understand that Valve had to earn our commitment to them. Valve had to earn our trust. We used to shit on Valve back in the day. They always sit here and use this to try to cover up some type of criticism because they don't want to deal with it.
Strike Source on PC. Not only did Steam force DRM to gamers who purchased physical retail copies of Half-Life 2 and Counter-Strike Source, but the Steam client itself back in the day was a buggy and unfinished mess with broken servers, overloads, bloatware, and all. And Vigilante, what you need to know is that it took Valve over 20 plus years to earn the PC gamers' trust.
I do know that. Trust me, Raymond, I've heard that countless fucking times. Whenever you guys want to cover up any type of criticism or deflect, you guys love to bring up that shit. It's irrelevant. All of that 20 years of goodwill that you want to sit here and say, it doesn't excuse when they do something that's anti-consumer. It does not make up for that $300 massive price increase.
Which they did, and because of the pro-consumer moves Valve has made throughout the years, PC gamers nowadays are comfortable buying games from Steam. Not because Steam is the best storefront, because that honor goes to GOG, but
GOG is not the best market. They don't have enough games or enough features to be considered that. Stop the cap already.
Because Steam is the most convenient storefront on PC.
Instead of holding Valve accountable like they would any other corporation, they spend their time trying to explain why their criticism and water down the solution. A nearly 50% price increase on aging hardware doesn't magically make it not anti-consumer because Valve's logo was on the fucking box. And then you have this dumbass guy, known as Blast, who has been attacking me for 2 weeks because he could not handle the criticism I was throwing at his favorite piece of plastic, and most likely he wants to get the attention and be a little pick-me for the other damn salt miners. But he got so salty that someone who is as illiterate as I am is able to destroy him so easily. And what's funny is that I barely even graduated high school, and he's the one that has
I know, right, Mario? GOG is not the best.
the college education
Steam has the most offerings. Stop the cap. Exactly.
and is on his way
The problem is, Mario, he doesn't do any research. He just regurgitates what other people says.
to become a lawyer.
Vigilante, you just admitted to people that you're illiterate.
You want to know why? This is how I know you didn't do any actual research. If you would have went on my Twitter account where all this fucking shit started, but you probably didn't know that, even though somehow you watched Gara's live stream, you heard Blast sit there and tell me, get the fuck off Twitter, but somehow you chose not to go on Twitter and actually go do any type of research of what actually happened. But there were multiple times where my spelling was atrocious and people were actually trying to point it out and attack me for it. So all I did was sit there and say, oh, well, if you're going to attack me for having bad grammar, guess what? You got destroyed by somebody who is illiterate. What does that say about you? That's me literally dunking on them. Because if you're willing to get destroyed by somebody who doesn't spell that well, that makes you look even worse.
Or an illiterate or something. But either way, you're not helping your case here, dude.
It's because you don't know what you're talking about. You didn't do real research, that's why.
Whatever school you went to, you really need to get your money back because those degrees.
My guy, you literally already show Blast saying this. What is the fucking point of re-showing this? This is why I'm saying all you're trying to do is start up more fucking drama between me and the other salt miners.
Sure the fuck didn't help you out against me. But for some context, this all started because someone was attacking me for using AI generated thumbnails. But the funny part.
Yeah, that one did. There was somebody, I believe his name was Zombie, attacked me for using AI thumbnails, even though he glazes other salt miners that do use it.
Part is that the same people making these arguments follow other creators who use AI as well. I only brought up one other salt miner, which is Sigs and Serial, because he is very open about using AI just like I am.
Yes, Angry Vigilante, but there's a difference between Six and Serial.
There is no difference between me and Sigs and Serial. Absolutely no fucking difference. The only difference in your mind is that I painted Valve in a not so good light. That is the only fucking difference. If I would have never sat there and made videos on Valve and did AI thumbnails, you wouldn't sit here and even be saying anything.
Using AI and you using AI. Six and Serial uses AI properly.
So do I. I use it exactly the same like he does.
Like, sometimes he doesn't have the time to make the thumbnails.
Neither do I. What makes you think that you know what goes on in my life? What makes you think you know if I had the proper amount of time? How do you even know if Sigs actually does? All you're doing is regurgitating what someone else is saying.
Or hire an artist to do it for him. So, he
doesn't have the time to hire artists to do it for him. That is not how that fucking works. He probably doesn't have the money to hire artists is what it is. Or he doesn't want to spend the money to hire artists.
uses AI to make thumbnails for his videos.
Just like I fucking do.
But he uses it in a way that's done properly.
So do I. No different than how he uses it.
You, on the other hand, Vigilante, you're using AI as a crutch because...
Oh, I wonder where we heard that one from, guys. You're really not helping your case about regurgitating shit.
Despite having a full-time job you have,
I do have a full-time job. Probably so does Sigs. I heard he has a full-time job. What's your point?
You have more than enough time making these videos on your YouTube channel.
And he has more than enough time to do 6 to 8 hour fucking live streams. My guy, you're just moving the goalposts is all you're doing.
Channel.
I've never hidden it, and neither has he. Now, there were a few other creators I knew just by their thumbnails that they were using it.
Again, my guy, there was no point in bringing this part in. Literally no point whatsoever. Like I said, you're just sitting here trying to start up more fucking drama.
But I wasn't going to throw them under the bus. There was no reason to drag them into the conversation. But then this salty genius comes charging in and starts naming people himself, effectively exposing almost every creator he
Wonder Red, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just regurgitating what other people are saying.
was trying to defend. There was probably a reason why too many people didn't know that they were using it. But instead of
Very
just coming in, apologizing for attacking me and just admitting that I was right.
Right about what?
And that
Valve being anti-consumer and greedy, which the price hike proved it.
He was wrong about Valve.
Because that's how it started, dumbass. The whole fucking damn drama. This all fucking started on fucking Twitter because I said that Valve is not known for being price friendly to the consumers, because I said that Valve was anti-consumers and they price gouge on fucking hardware and accessories. This is where the whole fucking thing started, you fucking idiot. But you don't know that because you didn't do any fucking research, and you're just regurgitating what other people are saying to start up more drama between me and the other salt miners.
This whole damn time, this guy decided to put the spotlight on everyone else. So if any of those creators end up getting unnecessary attention over it, that's not on me. I wasn't the one naming all of them. I wasn't the one exposing them. You did that all by yourself because you were so desperate to score points in an argument and be a little pick-me to get the other salt miners' attention. I really gotta wrap this up because this video is going way too long, but for the last two, we have gotten Hellfire and Desire.
Now, I will say there was one thing I was wrong about with Desire. I claimed that he was a Steam fanboy. I was incorrect. He is not a Steam fanboy. PC fanboy, maybe. Steam fanboy, no.
Who have also spent plenty of time taking shots at me the last couple of weeks. Now, you guys can call my takes terrible, you can call me a clown, say I'm the laughing stock, that's fine. But here's the question. Who was the one that was right? For months, I was warning people about Valve's anti-consumer behavior, the price increases, the removal of value options, the damage control, and the growing greed. Meanwhile, the four of you were busy attacking me instead of addressing the actual arguments. You spend more time trying to discredit me than you did holding Valve accountable. What's especially disappointing is that some of you were friends and colleagues, or at least people within the same community. Instead of standing up for the consumers, you chose to defend a corporation.
Like I said, maybe not some of my best moment, but I kind of was spitting some fire.
Instead of pushing back against anti-consumer decisions, you watered down the criticism and ran interference whenever Valve got called out. The funny thing is that all those insults really don't mean much now. Every time I was called wrong, every time I
mean, technically they don't, because I was proven right with the price hike.
Was called a clown, every time I was told I didn't know what I was talking about, the evidence just kept piling up. The reality is that I was right about Valve the entire damn time. The problem is that some of you were so blinded by brand loyalty that you couldn't see it. This fanboyism helps no.
Just so you know, Raymond, I don't think this really, I'm not going to copyright strike you, but future reference, if you're going to react, you might want to sit here and make this more transformative, because this has been going on a little too long.
Nobody. When people refuse to criticize a company no matter what it does, the company has no reason to change. That's how communities end up getting squeezed.
I mean, that's true. If a company does 99 very good things and then one bad thing, you let them get away with it, what's going to stop them from continuing to do more bad things?
With higher prices, worse value, and more anti-consumer decision over time. At some point, you guys need to stop treating corporations like sports teams and start acting like consumers again. Your guys' first instinct was to defend a greedy corporation instead of the community. You're not helping them. You guys are the reason why the community is suffering right now. You four really need to get the fuck out of my hobby before you guys end up ruining it even more than what you already have.
Very poor choice of words. Congratulations, Vigilante!
I mean, like I said, it wasn't my best moment.
Not only did you make yourself look like a fool in that video, you also...
No, not really. Didn't really make myself look like a fool. Actually was spitting some fire, if I do say so myself.
also turned yourself into a lolcow. Congratulations!
I mean, that I turned myself into low-cal. You're so correct. Is that why you're the only one since then that has made content on me? No one else has. You are literally the only one. Technically, Joe did sit here and do a video last week, but it was supposed to be the week before. But we're not going to count that. Something got mixed up.
Locale now. You are being put on a list. Your spot is right next to Review Tech USA, Darkside Phil, Wings of Redemption, Boogie.
I mean, I have no idea who Wings of Redemption is, but that's fine, Raymond. You're on the same list as like Harmon Smith and Nukem Nintendo for how much idiots you fucking are. Like, I swear, if Steam fanboys like you, Raymond, take over, you guys are literally going to fulfill that great prophecy to where we are literally heading closer to idiocracy. I really hope fanboys like you do not take over, because we would be fucking screwed. If people like you are our future, we are doomed.
DJ Keemstar, the whole thing. Right down the crapper. You cannot see me spitting my tongue out, but you get the idea. Anyway.
Okay, whatever. Let's get on with it. Come on, this video's gone on way too fucking long.
After that whole fiasco, Angry Vigilante gets called out by Joe from Seattle, and rightfully so. See, in that video, Joe from Seattle was responding to Angry Vigilante's video about him.
We may sit here and react to it. This live stream's getting on a little too long now.
Him losing the plot about PlayStation PC ports. If you want more details, I'll put the link of Joe.
Again, I never lost the plot. You guys made assumptions about me that weren't true.
From Seattle's video in the description below, because I highly recommend you check that guy out, because
it was actually a good video. I was laughing through the whole damn thing. I found it very entertaining.
He knows more about this stuff than I do. So I'll try to...
That doesn't surprise me. You have shown through this whole video you know absolutely fucking nothing.
Keep this short. In Angry Vigilante's video, he tries...
Really? You're gonna keep it short? You haven't kept nothing short this whole fucking damn video.
To explain how there was a rumor going around by Jason Schreider saying that PlayStation is supposedly pulling away from PC. First of all, Angry Vigilante, that rumor is not confirmed.
I know. That's why I said literally in the beginning of the video that the stuff was alleged. Do you know what alleged means? Or allegedly? Do you know what that means, Raymond? Do you need me to educate you on what a dictionary is? Allegedly means that is a possibility. Doesn't mean that is confirmed.
You don't know that Sony is pulling away from PC.
I know. Never said that they actually weren't. I go into detail of why I think they might possibly be going to do that. That's why I said allegedly. But apparently, because you did not watch the actual fucking video, you make yourself look like an idiot. That's why I'm showing. You literally did no fucking research. You're just regurgitating what other people are fucking saying.
Once again, you're just following rumors and not going deeper into it. And even if that's the case, who cares? People can just emulate PlayStation games on PC anyway.
Well, that's not emulating, that's piracy. Let's get it correct.
To mention, PlayStation's PC strategy is not very good.
I'll agree. It's not good.
Suggestion to PlayStation is that they should go day and date. Not long after, Angry Vigilante made a community post on his YouTube channel.
Oh, I did. It was meant as a fucking joke, Raven.
Saying how he...
Well, let me rephrase this. Me being excited, me liking the state of play, that wasn't a joke. But the fucking thumbnail and the whole thing about saying suffer Joey suffer, it was meant as a fucking joke, Raymond. It's not that fucking deep. Okay? Joe from Seattle literally did 2 videos on me. I was just poking some fun at him like he did to me. It wasn't meant to be serious. It's really not that fucking deep, Raymond.
Recently enjoyed the new PlayStation State of Play.
I did. I thought it was a good state of play. Was it as good or did it meet the hype that PlayStation was trying to do? No. It was not that good. It did not deserve to be in a damn fucking movie theater. I'll admit that one. But it was a good state of play. There were quite a few games that I'm excited for. We got release dates, found out about some new games that were not announced yet. Yeah. None of us saw Hollywood. That Hollywood Stuntman game. That thing looks phenomenal.
And how Joe from Seattle is seething for some reason.
It was meant as a fucking joke, Raymond. It's not that fucking deep.
Angry Vigilante, you're not beating the allegations here, dude. And no, I'm not gonna...
Yes, Mario. The Xbox showcase was fucking phenomenal. I'm really excited for that Clockwork game, whatever that's called.
read any of this, so why do we care? Angry Vigilante, if you're watching this video, listen. I
Oh, I'm listening. Let's fucking hear it.
have no hate towards you, okay?
Really? This whole damn video, you have not shown me that.
I'm sure you're a nice guy. But what you need to understand is that people are getting tired of you doubling, tripling, quadrupling.
And I will continue. When there is something anti-consumer going on, I will call it out. I would not be gaslit and bullied by idiots like you to change. Not gonna happen. I will not sit here and move the goalposts when it comes to Nintendo, PlayStation, or Microsoft. I will not fucking do it just because it's Steam. Not gonna fucking happen.
Quadrupling, quintupling, etc. down on your takes about Valve being anti-consumer. You had a bad take, whatever, but
I didn't have a bad take. How can you say I had a bad take when I was proven correct when Valve did the $300 price hike? Can't really say I had a bad take when, come to find out, I was correct the whole damn fucking time.
all you had to do is move on from it and then call it a day. That's it. It didn't.
I did move on. I haven't really made any content about. The only thing I've ever said was how Epic got a dunk on fucking Valve because they pointed out the damn anti-consumer price hike when it came to the Steam Deck and how they have these fucking luxury ass yachts, which I thought was fucking hilarious because technically they did cook Valve by saying that.
Need to be dragged on like this. My bottom line is,
my guy, I'm not the one that's dragging it on. You're the one that's dragging it on. You literally did a 30 fucking minute video when all this shit was already squashed.
this. If a corporation does something stupid, even if it's the most pro-consumer company of all time, they need to be called out. But that
I agree. But literally you have not shown it through this entire fucking video. I'm really starting to wonder if you even know what the fuck anti-consumer actually is.
does not mean we can act like a narcissist. You know what I'm saying? Thank you
Nope.
so much for watching. This is Raymond YouTube 1.
Oh my God, thank God this thing is fucking over. I had to respond back because he lied on my good name. He claimed that I said that Valve was stealing people's data when I never did. I will get in your guys' comments in a second. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. Hold on. All righty, I'm back. Whew, that felt so good. Okay, let me see if I could. Nope, already. Okay, so we gotta go way to the top. Oh, someone sent a star. I'm sorry, I must have missed it. Okay. Okay, so we're almost there. Hold on, guys. You say that, but OJ actually had beef with Rich from Review Tech USA. Oh, really? I did not notice that. And who might that be? I don't know. Are you doing game live streams? I am Arcarus the Bard. I'm just not doing it for the Monday morning because I had to react to some stuff. Yeah, Smash Monkey. Oh, no, I don't need this. This guy has come at me before. Straight up weird guy. Oh, I bet Retrofusion he is. He is a massive Steam boy. He is. I've been told certain things about this guy behind closed doors. Let's just say that. I'm so very angry at Valve for that price hike. I understand, Pulsar Legend. Who's this guy? His name is Raymond YouTube 1. Of course, they turn on you for speaking about the PC. Oh, you know it. You know it, Crimson Crunch. Valve has always been anti-consumer. I don't know if they've always, well, Technically, every company's always been anti-consumer retrofusion, but I will say that Valve does do a lot of good things. You're all wrong. The best console is the water game handheld toys with the rings. I stand corrected. Hyperstar Cage has proved me wrong. Valve sucks not made a good move since before the Wii U came out. I don't know about that one. I will sit here and say Crimson Crush, their refund policy is amazing. I raise Sonic Happy Meal LCD games against your water ring. Okay. I think you're, oh, that's when someone said my mic was off. It was not off. Damn it. Why is my stupid fucking phone doing that? Alrighty. So I want to get to everybody's fucking thing. Yeah, everyone was acting like children when that happened. Exactly, Hyperstar Cage. Will you stream the that one? Today, Junior? Exactly, Water Demon Girl. Most Steam fan that one. No, it's called tribalism. Exactly, Hyperstar Cage. Actually, the one who started all this was Valve for being anti-consumer in the first place. Yeah, okay, that's true. Crimson Desert. Or Crimson Crunch, sorry. Alex called that one. Yes, he did. To the Shop Pack 8374. Yes, Alex did call out the price hike. I don't care. I don't care. Proceeds to make videos showing he cares. I know, right, Water Demon Girl? He cares. Yes, he clearly fucking cares. Exactly. People trusted in Fanboy for Steam for over 15 years. I bet. And he's still pronouncing your name wrong. He's always going to, Wonder Red. Just like Mario says, GOG is not the best. Steam has the most offering. Exactly. Everyone a hypocrite. Yep. Essentially, you talk bad about Valve/PC, so now they go on and attack at every possible, such as AI, which they didn't complain about before. Oh, I know, Crimson Crunch. I don't like you using AI. Proceeds to use AI. I know, right? What the fuck are you talking about, Raymond? I know, right? That dude needs to stop console warning. I agree. Yeah, Blast needs to stop. Okay, well, I don't know if Blast still hates me or not, but I thought we squashed it all. So who was this guy? Crimson Crunch was Raymond YouTube 1. This clearly wants to keep it going like high schoolers gossiping and just feed on drama. Exactly. That is true. They keep attacking ABS first. That was true. They didn't. Because they didn't want to be wrong. Yep, it's childish and I can't take them seriously. I understand. He's calling you a locale again by comparing you to these other channels. Oh, no, I just found out what a locale is. He's not a locale, right? I don't think he is, no. Everyone, okay, college. I don't know what to tell you, Deborah. I'm gonna keep this show. I know, right? Loved Xbox Showcase. So did I. Very good. Xbox Showcase State of Play Summer Games Fest. Yep, and then we're gonna get a Nintendo Direct tomorrow. Love the Summer Games Fest and Xbox Showcase more than State of Play. Wolverine, Luffy, and the Rayman remake look good. Yes, they do. I'm surprised he knew those words. So did I. Only thing I dislike if they would have changed name, I wouldn't have disliked it as much, but how is it God of War if it's not Kratos? To me, it's not that big of a deal, Mario. It's like I loved Assassin's Creed Origins. Xbox Showcase was average. Our standards have dropped as gamers. I disagree, Dio. That was not average. That was a very good Xbox Showcase. That doesn't make it okay to be called for 30 minutes and then say that I think you're a good guy. Of sure, because that makes me feel. I know, right? I meant to call that. I know. Why do you hide replies when one disses with you? What do you mean? I don't hide fucking replies there, Pelican. I have banned people when they sat there and gone against the rules, but I don't hide replies. YouTube will hide replies sometimes. I can't control if YouTube does it there. That's beyond me. Alrighty. I'm only going to do the next two. So next we got up Nuki Nintendo.
All right, so multiple people are asking me to do a video about this. Everyone wants to know my thoughts about the Nintendo.
I'm not going to be able to handle that.
Dreamcast guy here. Today we're talking about the.
Okay, so we're going to do Dreamcast guy again. This is for the Xbox One because he's like, this was so bad. Now, I actually haven't watched this one, so this is going to be a actual raw reaction. I did not screen this one before. You know, I learned with Harmon that you want to screen your damn things before, but with Dreamcast guy, usually he doesn't say things that's going to get videos taken down. So I think I could trust him.
The Xbox.
But there was no way I could do Nukem. I just started hearing it and that echoing that was going on. Oh, hell no. Nukem, fix your fucking mic.
showcase because I just finished watching it and it was bad, very bad.
Wait, we talked about Steam Fanboys and you said console gaming was cheaper, and I gave lots of examples, especially how and that is hidden. Like I said, Pelican, I don't sit there and hide shit, but guess what? I have debunked that thing so many times now. PC gaming is not cheaper. Console gaming is cheaper. Has been since before the price hike, has been, and is still continuing to be now. That is just a fact.
There were a couple of games that were good, but this is the thing, right? Is that I feel like Xbox is in such
a couple. There were a lot of amazing games. Okay, you had Gears of War E-Day. You had that Clockwork Revolution. There were multiple games, but I do not remember off the top of my head because there were so many damn showcases this damn week. I can't remember them all. Why the fuck did they do all three?
Odd spot. This is now 100 days after the firing of Phil Spencer.
An A Retrofusion? I probably gave it a B because I thought the ending was, I thought the new I understand it's Call of Duty, but I thought that they had a missed opportunity with ending it with Call of Duty.
The firing of Sarah Bond. This is the new leadership. This is their chance to talk about why Team Green is finally going to catch up. Now, they claimed there's going to be exclusives here. The two exclusives they showed, I just don't really think you're going to be that big of a system seller. But
oh my God, you know you want them. Now, they're going to be a system seller. I don't really think they're going to do that good because the thing is, they already put them on PC. So if they truly want them to be actual system sellers, they're going to have to stop porting them to PC as well. You know, because exclusives do sell. But when you don't exclusively have them on your platform, it's not really a reason to go get the Xbox, especially at the current price.
Let's break it down because I'll be honest, whenever I rate these showcases, I rate them as watchability and hype. How many games?
Bullshit. You watch them based upon what logo was on there. That last Xbox one was fucking phenomenal. You trashed it and then continue on saying there were 5 games you were excited for. You're full of shit.
Did I see that make me want to buy them? How many games really blew my mind? But also, how fun is it to just sit down and view it as just a fun viewer experience? This was filled with live service slop, basically commercials for crap, 18 updates for like every other Xbox.
Oh, that was another good thing. That new Xbox, how it's like that see-through green thing, that thing looks fucking awesome. Oh, it's Maximus 2400. How's it going?
Game. Hey, there's a new season of Sea of Thieves. Oh, there's another update to Flight Simulator. This thing was so bad. Literally, I am actually aghast. But let's go through the goods and the bads. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, if it seems like I'm frustrated, I'll be honest, I went into this with very high expectations. There has been some very good Xbox showcases in the past. In fact, I think sometimes they surprise me the most out of anybody. And also, we just had a very bad state of play, so I feel like this was their chance to kind of...
The state of play was not bad. I'm surprised he actually said the state of play was bad, to be honest.
Hit back at Team Blue, and they blew it. Now, Asa Sharma...
No, they did not blow it. I thought that the state of play was good, and I thought the Xbox showcase was good.
Has been doing all these quotes lately saying, oh, my number one goal is to make Xbox the best place for entertainment.
Well, I mean, in order to do that, you're going to have real exclusives. It just is what it is.
By 2030, she believes she can beat PlayStation and Nintendo in just 4 years. Man, that sure sounds great.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. If they stop putting games on PC, maybe they might be able to compete with PlayStation and Nintendo. But if they want to compete with PlayStation and Nintendo, they got to severely drop the price and they got to come out with killer exclusives. Not what they've been coming out before. Oh, another good thing that was in that direct was the DLC for Doom the Dark Ages. That looks good too.
She's also meeting with some of the biggest fanboys. Obviously, this is Jez Corden here. A lot of people in the comments saying, wow, it's bullying to post pictures of it. Anyways, but here's the thing, right? I hate the fact that every Xbox...
You hate the fact that it's Xbox, but I will say Flight Simulator, never been into Flight Simulator, give 2 shits. But why is it called 2024? We're in 2026. Why the hell is it called 2024?
Showcase. If they say, hey, the whole thing is like an hour long, this was an hour and 10 minutes long, literally, it seems like 20% of the time, 30% of the time, it's a, hey, here's a new update. Now you can see national parks. Oh, look, Elder Scrolls Online getting another expansion.
I'll agree. No one really cares about the Elder Scrolls Online and the damn Fallout 76 shit. No one gives a shit about that. But there were so many other good shit that was there.
Oh, look, what do we have here? Age of Empires, another expansion. Oh, there's Doom, another expansion.
Hey, that expansion of Doom looks fucking phenomenal. You will put some respect on Doom's name, sir.
I just feel like Xbox is in this weird spot where they just don't understand how to bolster their actual reveals. Oh god, I'm actually getting frustrated. Okay, so let's get into the...
How do they not know how? They did a great job with Gears of War. They did a great job with Call of Duty, even though I'm not fucking interested in it. They did a great job with that Clockwork Revolution. Hell, they even did a good job with that artsy-fartsy game that I have no fucking interest in.
The one thing that I feel like is actually interesting. I'm a big Gears of War fan. I think Gears of War, probably the...
Oh, we all know. You're just seething that you don't get to play it. Well, guess what? If you want to play it, you have a choice. It's either you get the Xbox or you get a PC. There you go. Which most likely, I think you already have a PC.
Best of all the things that Xbox has invented. I think Halo's better in a lot of ways, but to me, Gears of War, I've always loved the grittiness of that world, the bleakness, post-apocalyptic nature, and the whole...
I really wonder if this is a great thumbnail. How does he always have great fucking thumbnails for people? Really, he just has the most amazing thumbnails ever.
Whole event that kicks off the Gears of War storyline is a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Also, Retro Fusion stated the K3 looks great.
Called E-Day, Emergence Day, where suddenly these mysterious creatures, the grubs, burst up out of underneath every single city and just slaughtered 99% of the population instantly. And everybody's always kind of wanted to see it. They did a big reveal showing E-Day. This is the game, obviously, and it's cool that it has almost a survival horror flavor to it. Now, this was, by all leaks, all rumors, it was going to come to PlayStation 5. In fact, there's even...
Yep. And I thought it was funny because he sat there and literally released his damn video sitting here saying that, I think it was Jeff Grubb, said that it wasn't going to come to PS5, and everybody's like, oh, you don't even know that for certain. You know, it's just a rumor. And then right off the bat, right when the damn showcase started, it proved that rumor was correct. I did find that one funny. And we all know that the Sony fanboys are seething over it.
Store listings at Walmart where you could apparently pre-order it. It turns out they've canceled it last minute. And they said this: Gears of War E-Day is an Xbox console exclusive, confirmed. Except it's kind of not. It's still coming to Steam. So I guess...
That's why they put Xbox console exclusive. That's why they taught. Now, they would have said Xbox exclusive, then you would have a point there. You're just trying to get you just want to, do technicality and shit.
It's a console exclusive in the fact that it's the only console it's going to be on, but they're even going a step further. Aaron Greenberg immediately posted a statement saying this is not a timed exclusive. This is a full console exclusive. Now,
to be honest, we'll see how long that one's going to last.
Xbox loves to lie. I mean, they love it. I mean, there's tons of Phil Spencers.
All companies love to lie. PlayStation's done it. I guarantee you Valve's done it. Okay, everybody loves or all the corporations love to lie.
There's just 4 games are coming to PlayStation. Obviously, these people will say whatever it takes to sell that next game. But let's say hypothetically this is a console exclusive, right? This to me is what they need to be doing more of. Can we just be brutally honest for a second here? I do feel like PlayStation has gotten so incredibly lazy. PlayStation lets everybody else sell games. PlayStation has made $20 billion just in profit in the last 5 years, and they're not putting out any games. I think they need someone to...
What are you talking about? Xbox has put out games. Unless did I mishear him? I'm pretty certain you said Xbox.
To rattle the cages. They need someone in here to say, here's our great games. Here's our...
Oh, wait, you're saying PlayStation. PlayStation came out with some games.
Our cool stuff, right? Gears of War E-Day is honestly looking spectacular. I'm definitely going to be playing that. This is the kind of stuff that I think does sell Xboxes. But there's going to be...
I think it can sell an Xbox if it's only on Xbox. The problem is it's going to be on PC. So with new gamers coming in, they're looking at, oh, should I get an Xbox or should I get a PC? When they already have those damn games, and they also have some of the PlayStation games, it makes it easier for people to go to PC.
Be way more people playing it on PC. People are going to buy it on Steam. There's just not enough Xbox out there. I think it's cool this is skipping PlayStation because it will provide some competition, but they only showed one that were exclusive, and it's Clockwork Revolution. But let's keep going through.
Yes, Clockwork Revolution looks fucking phenomenal. And no, that wasn't the only one. Technically, that artsy-fartsy game is supposed to be a console exclusive also.
This, right? Oh yeah, another look at Fable. Oh yeah, what's that coming to? Oh, is this a little PlayStation 5 logo down at the
because they already had contracts for it before the new person took over. It was already a signed thing. What, are you going to be all excited and everything?
bottom? I'll be honest, I think that Fable is fine. I think this new trailer showed the villain of it for the first time, and she is a hero gone bad. She's somebody that has way more
Yes, and it looks phenomenal. Fable looks great. That was another good thing.
power than the heroes of Albion, but she doesn't like that they're, I don't know, goofy, quirk, chungus, cringe lords. She thinks that like heroes of the land of Albion should be serious and very gritty and dark. So you're kind of going against like an old school hero as a new school hero. I guess that's an interesting idea. We'll see how it plays out. I feel like I just want to play Fable. I've liked all the last Fable games. This one, though, something about it seems a bit off. I gotta say, of all the trailers we saw today, this is probably the one that I think was the most fun to watch. Halo Combat Evolved coming out
I have no want to play this game. I've never been into Halo. Probably never going to start now.
July 28th. They said it's actually going to have completely new 3 entirely new missions. Now, the original Halo, still my favorite Halo of all time. Combat
Well, they should be adding some entirely new stuff. If they're going to cut out a very key important thing like multiplayer, they better add more to it.
Evolved. This remake graphically looks insane, but this is the thing. If you read the Halo books, then they made that jump that led them to the original ring. That was kind of an accident. That there was a protocol that if you were getting pursued by the Covenant, you did not jump straight to Earth.
Okay, so pretty much all he's going to do this whole damn video is pretty much going to say, oh, or in the beginning he was like, Xbox, it was bad. Then he's going to sit here and name off a bunch of games that he got excited for. We are moving on. So the next one will be, or the last one is going to be good old Joey. So let's go back here. Not Dreamcast guy. Oh, you know it, Crimson Crunch. Dreamcast guy again. Yep, you can't hide my replies. I know, right? Please skip Nukem. I can't. I did skip them because I didn't realize how bad that mic was. I heard it instantly. I'm like, nope, not dealing with that. Was thinking, nah, not Vigilante. Would he hide replies? No, I do not hide replies. I cannot control when YouTube wants to do that stuff. Xbox or the one Nintendo Direct will be better though. I hope so. Crimson Crunch, we'll see. It is a 9060 XT PC with DDR4 platform is 900 USD. PS5 Pro prices and his games prices are easily cheaper. Well, guess what, Pelican? If you get a base PS5 that is $650 because it has a disk drive and there's physical, no, it is not cheaper. Physical games are always cheaper than digital. All you have to do is go to the pawn shops, they will show you, or any other secondhand market, unless it's GameStop. Don't go there. I like the new Spyro game. That was another good one. Most of the games on the Xbox showcase were not for me. I understand. Gears E-Day is a system seller. It can be. We'll see. I saw that video. He's hating on Xbox for no reason. He's a clown. I agree, Maximus 2400. I watched the live stream and read related. Who is a small YouTuber? Oh, okay. Baby steps to move back to PC and Xbox exclusive for a few games. Maybe next year there will be no PS5 ports. Maybe we'll see. Too much of Xbox shows have been here's an update to 10-year-old games. I mean, yeah, it goes on with a lot of people. Price on RAM is going up. RAM manufacturers are saying the pricing will double later this year. Every game needs to be on every platform if that happens. It could be. It could. Yeah, that could be. State of K3 looks, yep. Then get an Xbox Dreamcast guy. I know, right? Oh, you stupid damn. What the hell? Okay. Canceling the PS5 version is a good move. Yeah, it could be. We will have to see. Crimson Crunch agrees the Xbox showcase was mid at best. I disagree, Dio. It could have been 45 minutes, cut the fluff out. Should have ended on something better. Gears Direct didn't go good. I didn't watch the Gears Direct, but I do agree it should have ended on something better. All righty. So for Joe's video, we are going to skip the first like 3 minutes because it's just kind of pointless. Because he's just going over why this video is uploaded late when it shouldn't have been before.
if he's allowed in the stadium. The Colorado Rockies are undefeated this month so far. And yeah, here's the video.
There you go.
Sony reportedly wants PlayStation exclusives to stay exclusives again. Bloomberg Jason Schreier, who originally reported this story back in March, has now confirmed that PlayStation Studio Business CEO Herman Holtz told staff during a Monday morning town hall that Sony will continue bringing multiplayer and live service titles to PC. However, major single-player games like Ghost of Yote and Soros are reportedly no longer planned for Steam releases.
Which I do love the wording there. Jason Schreier reported the story back in March, and now you're like, oh, Jason Schreier has confirmed the story.
That was a news article, Joe. Okay? That wasn't me sitting here saying that. How can you say I'm the one that's saying that? Unless you're actually speaking on the news article, then I agree with you.
It's like, so he's just doing a trust me bro again. The original story was a trust me bro, and now the confirmation of the story is another trust me bro. I've said it a million times, I'm not like doubting that it could be real. This seems like the kind of out of touch pompous thing Sony would do. I just think it's hilarious how big of a story it's become with literally nothing to go off of.
I agree. Hey, I'm not the one that blew this one out of proportion. I waited a long damn time before I reported on it. I just kept getting hounded and I just said screw it and finally decided to do it.
This is a pretty dynamic reversal from Sony's earlier ambitions. Back in 2022, the company openly talked about expanding aggressively into PC and mobile platforms, even predicting that nearly half of its releases could eventually land outside traditional consoles.
Half of its releases? So like, one release?
Now this is
I know, right? I actually agree with you on that one, Joe. That was a good one. Good job.
very anti-consumer, and unfortunately it looks like Steam fans will not get to experience that PlayStation goodness anymore.
Remember he says this, that it's anti-consumer. He agrees that pulling PC ports and locking games down to a console is anti-consumer. He agrees it is anti-consumer.
Yes, because less people get to enjoy that PlayStation goodness. Is that a hard thing to grasp? Is that a hard concept to grasp there, Joey?
Just remember he says this.
But at the same time, I can at least understand why Sony is looking at this differently now compared to a couple of years ago.
Yeah, because they're a pompous company who doesn't actually know what the fuck they're doing. That's why they...
Very true. But like I said, I can understand. I'm speaking from what the business standpoint is, Joey.
Patented an AI that adds brain rot to your loading screens.
Back in 2022, they were talking about pushing aggressively into the PC and mobile, acting like almost half their releases could eventually end up outside the traditional console space.
I love when YouTubers read an article and then we're like, here's my opinion on it, and they just repeat the article they just read. I especially love it when they're doing all this with an AI avatar. It really makes me think you know what you're talking about.
But clearly,
it's not AI. When you zoomed in, did you not see the green part that was from the green screen that was behind it? Joey, this is not an AI avatar. I paid somebody to create this. I literally had to download and unzip the file so I could use it on my computer. You do understand that, right? This is not an AI avatar. If you want to sit here and come at me for using AI thumbnails and AI intro music, that's fine, Joey. But that is not an AI avatar. Just so you know.
somewhere along the way, reality hit them. A lot of those PC ports simply did not explode the way people on social media kept pretending they would.
Yeah, and whose fault is that? Oh, these PlayStation PC ports, they didn't blow up the way that they probably wanted them to. People said they would. Yeah, whose fault is that? It's not the PC player's fault for not buying a shitty product, but I feel like that's the direction you're about to go in.
Some game.
No, I don't remember exactly what I said word for word in this video, so I have a feeling you're going to remind me, but I agree with you. It was Sony's fault. They launched them too late. They launched them at full price, and from what I was told, they were a buggy mess.
Sold decent, sure, but others underperformed compared to expectations.
Again, why is that? Sony has a history of releasing broken games, of releasing overpriced late ports, of releasing games with stupid strings attached, of releasing games that nobody fucking asked for, like Uncharted 4 or Ratchet and Clank like 7. Like, why are those there before the other ones? And
well, Uncharted 4 was phenomenal, and so was Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, sir. You will put some respect on Uncharted and Ratchet and Clank's good name. I will not stand for that slander.
Fucking Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. Why is that on? Why does that exist at all? You're correct. To
squeeze more money out of consumers? I don't know what you want me to say. when they keep doing those remasters of remasters and remakes of remastered damn shit, it's obviously to squeeze more money out of consumers. Like, what else do you want me to say?
Sony games sold better than others on PC, and some of them, sure, underperformed. That's because the PC has a lot of games, so we are less susceptible to slop.
Some launched with...
Really? You guys are less susceptible to slop. Even though you guys have a severe shovelware slop problem. You literally like to glaze a company who literally only gives you live service slop, for crying out loud. And you're saying that you guys, because you're on PC, are less susceptible to slop. My guy, stop the cap already.
Technical issues, and then you had the whole PSN account controversy that completely blew up in their face. So Sony probably sat down and asked themselves a very simple question.
Why are we so bad at this?
Why are we weakening the value of our own platform if the return is not as massive as we expected?
This is such a incorrect, like just completely incorrect way to look at it. Why?
It's not actually incorrect, Joey. When you actually look at it like this, you got one platform that has both Xbox and PlayStation games. You have another platform that has Xbox games, but no PlayStation games. Then you have a PlayStation system where they have the PlayStation games, not all the Xbox games. But then you look at PC where they have all the Xbox games and you guys want all the PlayStation games day and date. More people will gravitate towards the system where they're going to have those games. But if Xbox, for instance, and PlayStation, for instance, would keep their games exclusive, then guess what's going to happen? More people are going to choose. There's going to be more choice. When all those stuff are on one system and not on the others, it's going to make it easier for people to choose PC. You got to understand from the business perspective mind, that's what Sony is probably thinking. Now, I'm not saying that is right. Okay, I don't really care for exclusives. Never have. I understand why they exist, and I agree that they do sell hardware, because saying that they don't is just factually untrue.
When we weaken the value of our system for these games that aren't selling well, and then just lists a bunch of basic fucking problems that could be fixed. Like, you just portrayed this information as reality hit them in the face, and that's why they're not taking consumer feedback. I mean, I'm glad we agree that Sony is the most pompous company on the planet. If even their defenders are seeing criticism as the problem,
when did I defend this shit? That's the thing. When did you keep trying to paint me as a Sony fanboy, but you're not actually listening, my guy? You're so focused on that thumbnail and that title because you got triggered over it. You can't focus on what I'm actually saying.
Portraying Sony as being the reasonable one in the room.
No, I'm literally speaking from their side why I think that they would do something like this. Massive fucking difference, man.
Because they are just openly and blatantly not taking consumer feedback.
Because people need to remember.
I agree. No company is really taking consumer feedback. If that was the case, then they would drop the prices, for crying out loud.
PlayStation built its entire brand around exclusives.
And yet all I hear about the PlayStation 5 is how awesome it is, how amazing it is, even though it has like 2 exclusives.
That has more than 2 exclusives. You got Astrobot, you have Returnal, you have Ghosts of Yotei. I'm not going to say Sorrows. I won't defend Sorrows. That game, just the stuff I've heard, no.
That has always been the selling point.
Yeah, exclusives have always been the selling point. Always been the selling point. That's why the most popular game on every fucking PlayStation console has been a multiplat.
When somebody buys a PlayStation...
Yes. No, when am I going to deny that? But there have been many people that say, oh, I want to pick up a PS5 for God of War, for Spider-Man. There were many people. When I found out about Legend of Dragoon, I ran to get a PS1 because I wanted that game.
They are usually buying it because they want to access those big cinematic single-player games you cannot get elsewhere.
Yeah, like Sorrows. Wait a minute.
Oh, Sorrows did not do good. I'm not even going to defend Sorrows. There's nothing to defend, Joey.
War, Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima, Wolverine, Horizon.
And Returnal. And the Until Dawn remake. And Sorrows. Like, you can't make a blanket statement and then get picky and choosy about the blanket statement. Either
Do you want me to literally name off every fucking exclusive out there here? I am trying to contain a damn video within a certain time frame, okay? I don't have time to name off every single fucking exclusive. I name the exclusives that generally do sell well. That's what I was naming.
People are like really caring about these exclusives, really driven by these exclusives, or they're not.
All those games are part of the PlayStation identity.
Well, you do understand, Joey, that some exclusives are going to sell. Not all of them are going to sell. Some will sell more, others will not. You do understand that, right?
Exclusives are what justifies the hardware for many people.
If they make a shitty buying decision, that's not my fault.
Once you start routinely...
Yeah, just like I keep hearing a bunch of Steam fanboys complaining that they don't get certain games because they didn't come to their platform. They made a shitty buying decision, correct?
Putting those same games on Steam, especially faster and faster after launch, you start training people to just wait it out. Why spend $500 on a console when you can sit on your PC? Wait a year or two and probably get the better version with higher frame rates, mods, ultra-wide support, and better graphic setting.
Oh my god, okay, this is the most retarded argument I've ever heard in my life. This is why I'm making the video. This is why PC players make fun of people like you. You cannot simultaneously argue that these games weren't selling well, these games weren't blowing up, but also that they were damaging the brand because people just go...
I am literally trying to explain why I think PlayStation is doing this. Do you not understand the difference, Joey? Okay, the problem is you're not actually listening and you're hearing what you want to hear.
But people just play them on PC, you know? People just play them on PC. Why would I buy a PlayStation if I can just play it on PC? While 5 seconds ago, you were saying people don't play them on PC. This is why your argument does not fucking work.
There are some games that do sell well on PC. I hope you understand that. Spider-Man 2 actually sold decent. I believe God of War Ragnarok also sold different. Wait, not Spider-Man 2. Or was it Spider-Man? One of the Spider-Man games sold well on PC.
And it's why PC players like me keep pointing out the fact that if Sony wanted people to play them on PC, which they clearly do because they keep the games there were very basic things about those PC ports that they could improve, that they could fix, that they could just build upon. But they refuse to do that. So assuming this report is true, Sony is literally just taking their ball and going home instead of fixing the fucking problem that they made for themselves. I can't get over this. Like, how are people like you real? How do you simultaneously argue that Sony is not selling games on the PC, but also they're damaging their brand because of the...
I wasn't arguing. Again, if you would actually listen, Joey, why are you so triggered? Why are you so angry right now?
Success on the PC. How is it possible for something to be damaging the brand without any success? You cannot have it both ways. And this is why this is so funny to me. When I said on Twitter that you're trying to make two arguments at the same time, and you're like, I've never said that.
Because I wasn't. You're the one that's trying to hear what you want to hear. I literally gave my opinion where I think it's anti-consumer, that gamers do not get to enjoy that PlayStation goodness. And then I reported on the news article and gave my opinion why I think Sony is going to do this. That is what is going on here. You just don't know how to distinguish the difference.
I never said that. No, Joe, I didn't say that PlayStation was keeping Valve afloat while not selling any games on Steam.
When did I ever sit here and say that they were keeping Valve afloat? Now you're just putting words in my mouth.
I didn't say that. All I said was that Valve doesn't sell PlayStation games, but also is selling enough PlayStation games to damage the brand. Joe, I didn't say the thing I literally said. You fucking moron. Continue.
I'm the moron? Hey, at least I can distinguish the difference between when someone's reporting and when someone gives an opinion.
And honestly, Sony probably saw that exact mindset starting to spread.
Yeah, guys, Sony saw that mindset spreading, which is why they're pulling their games because of low sales. You cannot have it both ways.
I'm not trying to have it both ways. One is literally giving my opinion. Another one is giving an opinion based upon what I think that PlayStation is doing and why they're doing it. There's a difference.
You could already see PC players bragging about how they...
But what you wanted me to do was just sit there and say, oh no, this is PlayStation's fault. PlayStation's in the wrong. No, I'm not going to sit there and say it's their business. If they want to keep things exclusive, that is their choice. If you don't like it, either don't play the damn games or go buy the damn piece of plastic that you're going to need to play them on. That is your choice. You may not like it, but that is a literal choice.
Would never need a PlayStation again because eventually the games would come over anyway. From Sony's perspective, that is dangerous.
So why'd they do it in the first place? Because they had to have known that this was a possibility, yes?
They probably did know that was a possibility, but they were probably hoping it was going to bring more people over. So yes.
They had to have known, or
both can be true.
Else they're just fucking retarded. So I
mean, some of these companies make some really dumbass decisions there, Joey. So I would probably say some of the people that are in charge that are making these dumbass decisions probably are retarded, if I'm being honest.
Their PlayStation knew that PC players would very possibly buy the games on PC and not PlayStation, which is why they put the games on PC in the first place, or they didn't think the PC players would play the games on PC, in which case they're just fucking retarded because they're the ones that put the games on PC in the first place.
Well, Joey, if we could both be honest, corporations have made some dumbass retarded decisions before.
Fucking astonished. Anyone sees Sony as the bigger person in this scenario.
Never did I say they were being the bigger person. That's you that's like speculating something that just isn't there.
It's like the smart company here. It makes no sense what they're doing.
Hardware sales matter way more to them than just selling one copy of a game on Steam.
Yes, but when they put these games on Steam, they're making money off of people who weren't going to buy their console in the first place.
Yes, but you're also forgetting there are new gamers entering the market every day. The PlayStation is not helping them make a decision by buying their platform. That's when it comes down to it. That's why I think that if they were going to sit here and pull the games from Steam, that is the reason why.
Players are not going to go to PlayStation for 3 or 4 games, as evidenced by the fact that...
Oh, let's see how many of you PC guys go buy a console to go play GTA 6. Maybe you won't, but I guarantee you there are going to be some.
When those games...
This is the most anticipated game of all time.
Are overpriced, they don't buy them. Like, really think about this. PC dudes did not buy PlayStation.
Okay, if we're being honest, Joey, you guys have no problem paying for overpriced games. You guys did it for Crimson Desert, and you guys did it for Resident Evil Requiem. Many of you guys threw a fit about $70 games, and then the moment there were 2 games that were optimized for your platform, and I understand that having AAA games optimized for your platform at launch is a very rare thing, but many millions of people had no problem running out and buying those games. So let's not pretend that PC people have no problem paying for $70 for games. You guys just like to pick and choose.
Games on PC because they were overpriced or had technical issues, did not meet their
I will agree with the technical issue part. Those they did.
Technical demands. What the fuck makes you think those people are now going to turn around and spend even more money on a PlayStation and those same games?
I don't think that they're going to do it. Okay. But what I do think is that Sony probably thinks that if they keep them exclusive, the new people coming into the gaming market might choose a PlayStation because they might want those games. That was what I was trying to say this whole damn time.
If you genuinely believe that is something that will happen, you are completely and utterly incompetent to the gaming market.
They make money
Now, I understand the gaming market very clearly.
From the PS Plus subscriptions, digital store purchases, accessories, controllers, licensing fees, and keeping people inside their ecosystem long term. Once you lose the exclusivity factor, you slowly chip away at the ecosystem advantage. The Project Helix rumors probably made things even worse for Sony internally.
I do love that. People are like, Xbox is dead. Xbox is so dead. Then Xbox announces a new hardware and they're like, well, Sony needs to rework their...
When did I ever say the Xbox is dead? I have sat there and said the Xbox is no longer a part of the conversation. I guess you could consider that. Just look at how they've been acting. Now, recently, they've been slowly trying to turn things around. Only time's gonna tell.
Entire business strategy to avoid this thing. It's like, all right, let's... Come on. For like the 10th time in this video, pick one side or the other. It is...
I'm not flipping sides here. You're just reaching for whatever you want to reach for. Maybe you should actually listen. You might learn something there, Joey.
It's exhausting when you play both sides.
If Microsoft really...
I'm not playing both sides. I gave my opinion saying that it's anti-consumer because you don't get to experience that PlayStation goodness if this is true. And then I gave my opinion on why I think that Sony is going to do this. It was very clear.
Really is planning to integrate PC storefronts like Steam more deeply into a future Xbox hardware. The Sony,
I will laugh so hard if the Xbox Helix comes out and you cannot have Steam on that thing, that you can only have the Xbox app on there. It is literally like they'll sit here and let you do everything else that involves a PC, but the only thing that you're going to be able to buy from is the Xbox store. I will laugh so hard.
He's basically risking helping a competitor.
Let's see how many people are truly PC players and are nothing more than Steam fanboys
by putting their exclusives onto Steam.
So you agree that the PC or a PC console hybrid would be a more appealing piece of hardware than the PlayStation, yes? I mean, so...
Sure. When did I say that it wasn't?
So you agree that a PC would be more appealing than a PlayStation? And you're...
Sure. Outside of the only thing that's stopping people from rushing to PC is the price point. If PC was able to get the price point down, but guess what, Joey? It's too expensive to go to PC. That's why so many people do go to consoles, because consoles are by far cheaper. It's always been like that.
The answer to that is to just reduce competition instead of allowing the hardware to compete against the hardware.
I mean, technically, it is competition. If you lock exclusives behind hardware, it still is competition. It would just require your platform to actually compete, which would require Valve to actually produce something that isn't live service slop. Because I promise you this, it's not like Valve is producing anything to cause people to come over to PC.
And you have the fucking balls to even use words like anti-consumer when the...
I mean, I think you have a lot of stuff when you want to claim things are anti-consumer, but we have yet to see a video or anything from you, at least on YouTube. I haven't checked your Twitter, but you have yet to make a video about Valve being anti-consumer for their massive price hike. You haven't once sat there and said anything like that. You had no problem running out and making a video on the state of play, but for some odd reason, Joey, you haven't even done a video about that severe anti-consumer greedy ass price increase from Valve.
Anti-consumer thing is right the fuck in front of you.
Think about how crazy that sounds from the business perspective. You spend hundreds of millions making prestige exclusives just for somebody to potentially play them on a competing platform ecosystem later.
So make your platform better. So make your ecosystem more appealing. Like, literal skill issue. This is the open...
No, exclusives do make a platform more appealing. When it comes to PC, there's really only one thing that's appealing, and that's piracy, if we're being honest. That is the biggest appeal to PC.
Market. Either have the best product or get the fuck out.
There is no way executives at Sony are comfortable with that idea.
Yes, because as we've established, they are retarded.
Especially...
I agree. They probably are. Probably many people at PlayStation that's retarded. They made some dumbass decisions. Look at some of the games. Look at that live service push. That was a very dumbass move to do.
With Xbox shifting towards more of a PC hybrid strategy. Now, do I think this is good for the consumer?
Maximus 2400. This isn't pre-recorded. What are you talking about?
No.
Of course not. It's not good for the consumer. It's not good for the consumer for them to have less options. I just totally understand why the consumer is being given less options, because I have so many corporate cocks in my mouth I can't see straight.
My guy, the silence of you not sitting here talking about the very severe anti-consumer crap that Valve just pulled with that massive ass price increase, I think you're the one that has these corporate cocks in your mouth, my guy.
More platforms getting games is always better for the gamers. I would never argue against more people being able to experience great games.
Okay, then why are you repeating every fucking Sony talking point ever? Like, you...
I'm not. Now this is my opinion on this whole thing. Before, I was talking about why I think that this might be coming from PlayStation, why they might be choosing to do this.
You would say that more games for more people is better and that this decision is anti-consumer, but then you're just defending the blatantly wrong thing.
No, I wasn't defending. I was explaining why I think that PlayStation is going to do this if they're going to. There's a difference.
Being used as justification for the thing. So I just don't believe you.
But that's fine. I don't really care. Your silence behind You not talking about Valve being anti-consumer right now? I mean, your silence shows everything too there, Joey. At the same time, I also think some PC gamers got way too comfortable acting entitled to every single exclusive while also clowning on consoles nonstop.
I'm sorry, we're not.
I mean, that is very true. That one actually is very true.
Not entitled to exclusives.
Oh no, you guys definitely think you're entitled to exclusives. I have never seen a group of people throw a temper tantrum more than PC people when it comes to exclusives.
This drives me nuts. Also, look at this.
I bet it does drive you nuts.
Screenshot. He's using a Sony promo in his background footage where they're promoting 120 frames per second. What the fuck games on the PlayStation even run at 120 frames per second?
I have no idea. It was literally just the PS5 trailer because I was talking about the PS5 exclusives. Okay, that's what was being talked about, so that's what trailer I decided to use.
Like, how many are there? For real? Like, you're really taking Sony's side and be like, ah, man, like, I get it, dog. I get it.
I'm explaining why I think they're doing it. Never said I actually agreed with the whole thing. Like I said before, I don't care when it comes to exclusives. You guys obviously do. I understand they are important. That I will agree with. If you want to sell hardware, is very important.
I get why they're doing this. Sony's just it just doesn't make business sense for Sony to be doing this while showing off an advertisement from Sony for a feature that is effectively not even part of the console they sold you. Holy shit. Listen, I can't even I told you I would respond to the video in full.
Okay, he's pretty much done. He's about to go in the Doofus Club. You know, so now let's read off the chats before I gotta get going. Alrighty. Yeah, what do you mean there? Okay, here we go. I disagree. It's not anti-consumer at all to make exclusives. We need competition. You know, that one I actually agree with. I mean, well, no, I do think that it technically is anti-consumer because people don't get to experience it. I just don't care. All the games, same shit, rundown worlds, zombie souls, like every game looks the same and plays the same. That is not true, Dio. Stop the cap. That was Summer Games Fest in a nutshell. No, it wasn't there. Haha, you even the Xbox, PlayStation 2, every game the same, just fighting games all looking the same. No, that's not true. Sony games like third-person action-adventure games with cover mechanics and very long cinematics, basically interactive movies. Such games are not popular on PC, so those that look like these flock to PS. Pelican, that is not true. That's why millions of people bought Resident Evil 9, which guess what? Happens to be a third-person action-adventure horror game with cover mechanics and very long cinematics. Literally disproved it right there. I said before, SGF started first game will be a zombie game like Risa, and then it was exactly that. I don't know what that is. Astrobot, Nora's Returnal, and Saros did not sell that good, yet the PS5 players screamed that exclusives matter. Astrobot did sell that well. Or it did sell well. It sold like over almost 3 million copies. That is a success. Is it a smashing success? No, it is still a success. Saros, from what we've been told, no, it's not selling well. Yep, zombie games, Souls-like or horror. Devs have completely lost any originality. So you can say, Dio. From what I know, there are like 8 exclusives, and some of these are on PC now. Very true. I would say PC is mainly multiplayer focused with some other things like RPGs and tactical games. Well, Crimson Crutch, when you look at how much they get ripped off for hardware, they have to focus on the live service slot because they can't afford the other shit, really, probably. I'm joking. Not really. Flooding again every single time. I'm sorry, Mario. To be honest, he's just so triggered because Sony pulled games off of PC. I'm starting to get that. Nah, many like these MP sports games, but there are so many indie games where you play with your friends to climb a mountain or whatever. PC just don't like big AAA Sony games. Yeah, do you ever wonder why? Even though they like third-party AAA games that are very similar. You know, you ever thought about wondering that? Maybe that whole Xbox thing, Xbox console warrior thing might be coming true. That is why people don't care that much. Oh, they care. That's why they keep making videos on it, Pelican. They care. Yes, there is a direct tomorrow, Maximus 2400. That's rich coming from Joe. I agree. But you do not need a Steam Deck / Steam Machine to play Nintendo. Sony are forcing one to use their hardware. Sony does not force you to, and neither does Xbox. You can technically play on the PC with those games. You can play on their app technically. So that's not actually true. And whether you need a Steam Deck or a Steam machine is irrelevant. Resident Evil is an old game with lots of pedigree. The other games, it don't matter. It is still a action adventure cover game with long cinematics. That literally disproves what you guys are saying. But that is it for the live stream. Thank you all so much for showing up. I do got to get going, and I hope you all have a pleasant day.